praise and celebrate a life, the more is there in life to celebrate. Welcome to the meeting number 395. Hey buddies, are you looking for a supportive, positive, and uplifting environment where people encourages you and enhances your skills? Then my dear Fox, Toastmaster place you should look for. People join Toastmaster for a numerous reason. Some for upgrading their personality, some for networking, and some for discovering their own potential. Now, let me share the mission of our club. We provide a supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, which results in greater self confidence and personal growth. One of the great American author, Zil Ziglar, quoted, "If you set the example, you do not have to set the rules." So set the example for yourself and others. Have faith, make your actions loud, have fun, be nice. Now, I would like to introduce you all to the president of our club. He's a passionate Toastmaster and a passionate problem solver. He has a commendable communication skills. He's a person who influences all the club members through his own example, which is the most important sign of a prominent leader. He's always ready to help and he wants to dedicate his life to uplift the living standards of people. Please back me welcome the president of our club, Toastmaster Karthik Pahatia.
Thank you, Kashish, for those great words. It definitely adds a lot of expectations from me. Before we go ahead, I would request everyone to please close your eyes for 30 seconds and pray for world peace. Thank you so much. Friends, good evening. I want to talk to you about reacting to problems today. Once upon a time, there was a daughter who complained to her father that her life was miserable and that she didn't know how she was going to make it. She was tired of fighting and struggling all the time. It seemed just as one problem was solved, another soon followed. Her father, a chef, took her to the kitchen. He filled 3 pots with water and put them to boil. In one pot, he put potato, another pot, he put eggs, and in third pot, he put coffee powder. After 10 minutes, he took the potato and egg out and poured the coffee into a cup. To his daughter, he said, "Look closer and now touch the potatoes." She did, and she noted that they were very soft. Then he asked her to break the shell of the egg, and she found the egg to be very hard. Finally, he asked her to sip the coffee. The rich aroma brought a smile to her face. Amused, the girl asked, "Father, what does this mean?" He then explained that the potatoes, the eggs, and the coffee had faced the same adversity, boiling water. However, each one reacted differently. The potato went in strong and hard and unrelenting, but in boiling water, it became soft and weak. The egg was fragile, but after boiling, it became hard. However, the coffee beans were very unique. When they were exposed to the boiling water, they changed the water altogether and created something new. Then he asked her daughter, "Who are you?" He told her, "When adversity knocks on your door, how do you respond? Are you a potato, an egg, or a coffee bean? Your problems will come and go, but how you react to them changes you." Well, today we have a division director joining in, Toastmaster Gurpreet Babbar. Gurpreet Babbar, we welcome you to the club. And yes, our special member of the club, Toastmaster of the day, immediate past international present, Toastmaster Deepak Menon is here with us. Before I move on, let's hear it from the guests that have joined in this evening. I see a lot of guests, a lot of enthusiasm around the meeting today. First up, let's hear it from guest Sanjay. Sanjay, can you please turn on your video and unmute yourself and tell us how did you get to know about Toastmasters and our club?
Hello everyone. Good evening. I'm
Good evening,
Sanjay.
Sanjay.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, yes, we can hear you loud and clear.
Yeah. Actually, I was looking to improvise my speaking and communication. I was just searching on web how to improve my communication, and I got a link of Toastmaster there. So I just click on that, and I found like some numbers or registration. So I put all my details there and just connect, and I got a call from Toastmaster, and then I get a link to just join that meeting. So I have first time I have joined this meeting. So I'm excited
Thank you,
to
Sanjay.
learn a new. I'm
Yes.
excited to learn new things and just remove the hesitations from my side, but just listening as that from yours and all the members.
Thank you, Sanjay. We look forward to participating in the table topic session. And this also gives me relief that our PR team is working very fine. Next up, we have guest Avi. Avi, kindly introduce yourself and let us know how did you get to know about Toastmasters and our club.
Yes, hello everyone. My name is Avi Munjal, and I found out about Toastmasters from one of my friends in the US. So I recently finished my master's from Boston in at Babson College, and I've come back and I've joined my family business in India. So I just wanted to improve my public speaking skills, and since I will be helping my father in the business, so I always look up to him and how he speaks in front of big crowds. So I thought that I could join Toastmasters to boost my confidence and become a better orator. So
Well,
thank you, and I'm
thank,
excited to get to know everyone and learn from you all.
thank you. Thank you, Avi. Welcome to our club. Yes, you'll get a lot of opportunities as a Toastmaster to learn. Next up, we have Kavita. Guest Kavita, kindly introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm already a Toastmaster. I'm from Ambala Toastmasters Club. And I have joined your meeting earlier also when Deepak sir was table topic master. And I keep looking for opportunities to join different clubs to learn something new.
Thank you, Kavita, for joining today. Next up, we have guest Angita. Angita, can you please turn on your video and introduce yourself? Angita, we cannot hear you. All right, no worries. We'll come back to you, Angita, a little later. All right, no worries with that. We'll come back to you later. Next up, I see guest Anuj. Guest Anuj, can you hear me?
Yeah, hi. Hi,
Yes,
Karthik.
yes. Kindly introduce yourself.
I'm I'm a Toastmaster in Cisco Orators Club, Bangalore, and we are a very new club. I'm the Vice President Education there. I'm just here to look for how the other clubs organize themselves, how the other clubs meeting goes. That's all.
Thank you, Anuj, for joining today. And next up, we have a guest Mansi. Mansi, can you please turn on video and introduce yourself?
Uh, Sorry, my camera is really bad on this phone. Can you guys see me? I
That's
mean,
fine.
whatever
Yes.
reflection you are able to see from me. So, hi everyone, Mansi this side. I'm from Delhi. This is my actually second Toastmasters meeting. I remembered I had joined one meeting as a guest around 3 years back, and that was a good experience. However, I could not continue because I had to join my MBA and got tangled with my job opportunities. The reason I'm here is that now I'm starting to look at some opportunities in my firm, and I have to start presenting to CSEC, executive level. And I think I need help with calming my nerves a bit whenever I'm presenting, and perhaps be more succinct when I'm presenting to them. So that's why I'm here and hoping to learn a lot from all of you. Thank you.
Thank you for joining today. Welcome to our meeting. Guest, please introduce yourself in few words. We have a lot of guests today. We really show will be very short on time today. Next up, we have guest Prableen. Guest Prableen, kindly introduce yourself.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Thank you so much. I am Toastmaster Prableen from Chandigarh Toastmaster, and right now serving as the secretary. And I am loving this opportunity to be able to attend this meeting today because one of our members, one of our EC members, that is Toastmaster Sakshi, uh, shared the link of this meeting with us. So I am looking forward to attend it. Thank you so much.
Welcome to our club meeting. Next up, we have guest Prisha. Guest Prisha, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, Karthik.
Yes. Kindly introduce yourself.
Okay, so firstly, extremely sorry, it wouldn't be possible for me to switch on the video because of a very unstable connection right now.
That is
However,
fine.
so I am from Delhi and I am pursuing English honors from Lady Shri Ram College, and I have serious stage fright. And also, I was recently made the project director of a very prestigious society in my college. So, through Toastmasters, I wish to overcome my stage fright and hone my communication skills.
Thank you, Prisha. Guest Rudra, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yes. Please introduce yourself.
I'm already a Toastmasters at my college club, and I'm the VP Education of my college club, DTU Toastmasters. I got to know about this meeting through the post shared in the VP Education WhatsApp group. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Rudra, for joining. Next up, we have a guest, Sachin. Sachin, kindly introduce yourself.
Hello.
Hello. Yes, we can hear you, Sachin.
Good evening, everyone. I am Toastmasters Sachin Kaushik, and I am from Toastmasters Aditya Aluminum Club, Orissa. I just got a link from my VP Education, and that's why I have joined. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Sachin, for joining. Next up, guest Sakshi.
Hello, Toastmasters. I'll be very quick about my introduction. So I'm from Chandigarh Toastmasters Club, and I am a French language trainer as well as a business English trainer. And I found out about this through the VP Education group, and I'm very glad to be a part of this meeting. Thank you.
Welcome to you to our club meeting. Next up, guest Shivam. All right, we will. So all the guests that have joined in today, I request you all to please pay attention to how the whole structure of the meeting is and how every single role player conducts their role and in which manner do they speak. And also all of you will get an opportunity to speak at the table topic session, which will be an impromptu speaking session. We would request all of you to actively participate in that. We also have Carol from Canada joining us. Carol, can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Good morning, everybody. To me, it's morning. So I am from the Guelph Public Speakers in Guelph, Ontario, Canada, and always happy to be with you. So I'm looking forward to the meeting. Thank you.
Thank you, Carol, and welcome back to our another club meeting. We look forward to more participations from your club in future. Well, yes. Without further ado, let's welcome the host of the meeting today, our immediate international past president, Toastmaster Deepak Menon, with his theme, Where Leaders Are Made. Toastmaster Deepak Menon, Where Leaders Are Made.
Thank you, Mr. President. Toastmasters, where leaders are made. Indeed, that tagline that we have of where leaders are made is puzzling for some because they say, well, we don't join Toastmasters to become leaders. Most people join Toastmasters because they want to enhance their communication skills or they want to get rid of nervousness that they feel speaking before an audience. Well, I was no different. When I joined Toastmasters way back in July of 2002, I did so only for that one purpose, to shed my nervousness, to become more confident as a speaker, to be able to face an audience, and to be able to improve my communication skills. I did not at all have in my mind that one day I could become a leader or that I would want to be a leader. But indeed, that's what Toastmasters does. Do you know that we're present in 145 countries? And do you know that we have over 350,000 members across the world? And there are more than 16,000 Toastmasters clubs around the world. And if you really look around, you will find that nearly 1/3 of our members are serving as leaders in one way or the other within the organization, as club officers, as district leaders, as district officers, as board members, and therefore they're learning leadership skills in Toastmasters. And truly, Toastmasters is where leaders are made. But then leadership does not happen only when you're serving as an officer or as a district officer or as a board member, but it also happens when you serve in a number of roles in a Toastmasters meeting. Every single meeting provides us opportunities of enhancing our leadership skills, gaining competencies that we need to become effective leaders. Every segment of this meeting provides us those opportunities. Today, as we begin this meeting, let me inform you that we're going to have 4 segments in this meeting. There will be the prepared speeches segment that we always have in every single Toastmasters club across the world. Then we're going to do a little diversion, a detour, and have our monthly awards segment, which is not that common in most clubs across the world, but is particularly there for Central Delhi Toastmasters. The next segment will be the table topics, which will allow you the ability to think on your feet and speak impromptu. And finally, we will have the evaluation segment, which will be led by the general evaluator for today's meeting. Well, coming back to how this meeting is going to be run, we are going to be supported by some supplementary role players, some auxiliary role players, a tag team, as they're called in some clubs, and some additional role players who will be watching and observing us carefully. Now, the first thing that happens, as I said, when we join Toastmasters, is that we grow in confidence. And without confidence, you cannot become a leader. So really, the first attribute that we learn is confidence. And how is confidence developed in Toastmasters? Is by taking up all these roles that are available to come up confidently and speak before an audience and slowly start building the skill of being able to speak better and shed the inhibitions that we have amongst us or within us. So confidence is what we build, and that helps us develop into leaders. The second most important skill that we learn is to become better listeners. We become effective at listening, active listening. And when we are actively listening, we're able to understand all around us, the people around us who we are serving as leaders. Listening is an important skill that we need to possess. And all of our auxiliary role players today are going to be practicing that skill, are going to be building those competencies through the roles that they will serve in today. So let me introduce to you these individuals who are going to be playing this very vital, important role of listening to all of us. Our first auxiliary role player today is our timer, Kashish Jain. Kashish is currently pursuing his BA from Delhi University. In his opinion, the most important attribute that a leader must possess is that a leader must be respectful and should also serve as a role model. Let's put our hands together to welcome Kashish Jain as timer today.
Thank you so much, Deepak Menon sir, for inviting me and giving me this opportunity to speak. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. A leader is one who knows the way, goes the way, and shows the way. He has a high consideration factor. He really cares about their people. A good leader understands the value of time very well. Time plays a very significant role in our life, and in Toastmaster meetings too. Time plays a very important role. For that, I, Kashish Jain, will be playing the role of of timer in this meeting. As a timer, I will keep a check on the time taken by each and every speaker in the meeting. In our first session, which is prepared speech session, speaker will get 5 to 7 minutes to speak. I will show green card at 5 minutes, yellow card at 6 minutes, and red card at 7 minutes. In our second session, which is monthly award session, there is a time allotted, which is 3 to 5 minutes. I'll show green card at 3 minutes, yellow card at 4 minutes, and red card at 5 minutes. Our third session, which is table topic session, each and every participant will get a chance to speak for 1 to 2 minutes. I'll show green card at 1 minute, yellow card at 1.5 minutes, and red card after 2 minutes. Our fourth session, which is evaluation session, each evaluator will get 2 to 3 minutes. I'll show green card at 2 minutes, yellow card at 2.5 minutes, and red card at 3 minutes. Our table topic evaluator will get 4 to 5 minutes. Now, for example, I like to share which card I will show. In the speech session, I will share this green card at 5 minutes. I'll share this yellow card at 6 minutes. And the red card at the 7 minutes, which means now you have to conclude your speech and have to end. So I hope each and every member of the meeting will adhere to the time allotted. Thank you so much. Over to you, Toastmaster of the Deepak Menon sir.
Thank you very much, timer Kashish Jain, for the clear explanation as to how you're going to be minding time today. Time is critical for a leader because that ensures that leaders are disciplined and are conscious about the time that they need to make for their team and for the work that they're doing to ensure that they are able to meet their deadlines and their objectives. Please remember also, as Kashish explained, to make the cards visible to yourself when you're speaking so that you're able to keep to time. There is going to be a 30 seconds grace time available to you both at the lower end and at the upper end. But remember that for table topics, there is no grace time at the lower end, which means you must speak for at least a minute to qualify for the awards today. Our next supplementary role player is our R counter, Simran Dua. Simran is currently a student of psychology honors in Delhi University. And according to her, a leader must be a confident communicator with the ability to motivate. Let's welcome Simran as she explains what she's going to be doing in this meeting today.
Hello, Toastmasters. Hello, Toastmasters. Uh, Today, Toastmasters is a great platform to develop our leadership and public speaking skills. It empowers the people to realize their full potential and emerge as leaders. A leader needs to be a good communicator in order to motivate others and lead the organization. So, so it is very important to improve our communication skills. So in order to improve, we need to minimize the use of ours and other filter words. So today I would be playing the role of our counter in the meeting. I would be recording the filler sounds such as etc. and filler words such as so, well, you know, etc. I would also record the repetitive phrases and words such as I, that is, and so on. I would also keep a check on the long and the short pauses of the Toastmasters. So, the Toastmasters need to abstain from using these filler words, phrases, repetitions, and the long and short pauses. So, I would be giving my report in the evaluation segment of the meeting. So, that's it from my side. Over to
Thank you very much, Simran, for that explanation of your role and also for demonstrating a few of those fillers that you're going to be observing. I noticed a few ers and so's that you used that could have been avoided and which clearly you were using to demonstrate what others should not be doing. So great job there, Simran. Thank you very much. Our next evaluator, our next supplementary role player is our language evaluator, Akriti Jain. Akriti is a BCom Honours graduate from Delhi University and is currently preparing for admission to business school. According to her, a leader should just not speak alone, but should listen as well. Listening, according to her, is essential. And clearly, today she's going to be practicing that in her role as the language evaluator. Let's give her a big round of welcome.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day, and a very good evening to all of you. So, today let me share with you my thoughts on leadership language. According to me, learning the language of leadership is like a transformation of a person, it is a makeover. It is like going from me to we. It is like going from a fun loving child to being a parent. And so what will happen is that a few changes that you make in your language or the way you speak will make a major impact on your leadership skills and will help you being a better leader. So, for example, if you want to say that, don't say that, here's what I want. Say something like, here's something that you can think upon. Say, what do you think will work or will not work instead of saying, it will never work. Or just say thank you without a lot of qualifiers. Apart from instilling these kind of leadership skills, we at Toastmasters also pay special attention to the usage of spoken English language. Therefore, I, Akriti Jain, will be playing the role of language evaluator in today's meeting. In this capacity, I will be listening to all the speakers today, and I will be noting the good usages and the not so good usages, and what shall rather be or what could rather be a better usage. I would also like to introduce in this capacity the word of the day today, which is cardinal. Cardinal, this is how it's pronounced, cardinal, which means something that is of basic importance, something that is preliminary or which is underlying important. Okay, and a simple usage of this in the sentence could be, as a salesperson, your cardinal duty must be to ensure that all the customers are satisfied. Or you could say that the cardinal principles of news reporting are truthfulness, accuracy, objectivity, etc. I would request all the members to actively use the word of the day, and I would request the other members to encourage the speaker who incorporates the word of the day by a show of thumbs up. Let's try to actively use the word of the day in today's meeting. And also, I would like to mention that the mode of communication for today is English. So, whosoever, if you quote another word or a phrase from another language, please convert it to English also. Thank you. And back to our leader, who also happens to be the Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Deepak.
Thank you very much, Akriti. That was a wonderful explanation of what you're going to be doing. And thank you for giving us the word of the day. It is indeed a cardinal rule for all leaders that they must speak clearly, cogently, comprehensively, and avoid any grammatical mistakes, because then they're going to be able to communicate better. Well done, Akriti. Thank you very much for that wonderful word. Our next role player, our next auxiliary role player, is our parliamentarian today. Our parliamentarian today is Pooja Kharbanda, who's a teacher, a PGT in commerce, teaching classes 11 and 12 at the SD Public School. According to her, it's the ability to express thoughts and the vision that a leader has, which is critical for a leader to succeed. Let's welcome Pooja to explain to us what she's going to be doing today.
Thank you, sir. Leader has the ability to influence others. His persona convinces his fellow members to listen to him. Presenting the ideas, thoughts in an impressive way is a cardinal trait of a true leader. Toastmaster is a platform which has polished the communication skills of many people and made them a true leader. I firmly believe that leaders are 20% born and 80% are made. An individual with learning and proper training can become an effective leader. Good evening, my fellow Toastmaster. I, Toastmaster Pooja Kharbanda, is a parliamentarian for today's meeting. I request you all to abide by certain guidelines for the meeting. First, please make sure that your mic is on mute while you have spoken. Second, please keep your mobile phone on silent or switched off if you are taking the meeting from laptop. I'm giving you 10 seconds to do so. Third, please avoid crosstalks during the meeting. And the last, you are requested to avoid using negative references related to caste, gender, and politics. The more disciplined we become, the more smoother will become the flow of the meeting. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Pooja. Thank you very much for letting us know how we need to ensure that we maintain decorum all through this meeting. Yes, indeed, it's important for us. A cardinal rule that we follow in Toastmasters is that we avoid speaking on controversial subjects, which may perhaps not be comfortable for the audience. And therefore, we try and steer away from sex, politics, and religion during the meeting, because these are considered to be cardinally the most controversial subjects that you could possibly speak on. Our next role player today, who's going to be watching us like a hawk, is our listener. Imagine a person who's going to be listening is called a listener. Well, the listener here today is Meher Kaur. Meher is currently preparing for admission to a degree program in health administration and management in Canada. And in her opinion, the most important attribute that a leader must possess is that they need to be active listeners. So no wonder she's playing the role of the listener today. Let's welcome Meher as she explains what she's going to be doing.
Good evening, everyone. I hope you all are doing well. So today I had a thought which I felt like sharing with you all. Don't you think that we are all ears to melodious songs and music? But when it comes to some resourceful speeches and lectures, we close our ears to them. And also, how often do you hear someone saying that this person is such a great listener as compared to the usual, you are a great public speaker? Because I believe that what we don't realize is that listening is the key to pragmatic communications. As it goes without saying, when you listen to someone, people tend to listen to you, and that too more carefully, which I believe is the most cardinal characteristic of a leader. And if you don't believe me, why not try this today? I'll play the role of listener and will note some interesting tidbits of information by various speakers. And by the end of the meeting, I'll ask you questions to check if everyone was listening or not. Back to you, Toastmasters of the day.
Thank you very much, Meher. That was a wonderful introduction of what you're going to be doing today. Everybody, be on your toes. Listen carefully, because towards the end of this meeting, Meher is going to ask you questions, and she may give away some prizes too. Who knows? Well, those were our auxiliary role players today. And now it's time for a little humor. Are you ready for humor? Now, Dwight Eisenhower says, a sense of humor is part of the art of leadership, of getting along with people, of getting things done. Do you all agree? Wonderful. Today, we have a joke master. Our joke master today is Akash Tyagi, who's studying to be a lawyer. He's in his 4th year LLB program. And in his opinion, a leader must have great communication skills. Let's welcome Akash.
Thank you very much. Do everyone hears me?
Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So good evening, everyone. My name is Akash Tyagi, and today in this meeting, I played role of joke master. But that's not a joke. That's a real incident that happened when I was in 10th standard. They had made a rule that CCTV was must in every classroom, and that the principal would monitor as to what the kids were doing in their classes. Now, the students were not happy with it, as it became a disturbance for them to do anything. And a guy had planned to propose his crush and had planned a surprise in the classroom. But he had also scared that he might get caught as the class was under surveillance. So he asked his friend to cut the CCTV wire and they could fix it later. His friend went and cut the wire, and the guy proposed to his crush, and all went well. After lunchtime, the principal called the class to the office, and he asked them to what was happening in their class. The students were acted as if they knew nothing as to what the principal was talking about. They played safe. The principal showed them CCTV footage. In the footage, a one guy was seen going to some corner and then come back and make faces at the CCTV. And he was joined by a few more guys and showing some inappropriate signs to the CCTV, dancing, congratulating the couples. And the guy who went to the corner, instead of cutting the wire, CCTV wire, had cut some other wire. And the principal watching them all the time. Now I think you know all the better the end of this story. And the moral with that story is that when your time doesn't favor you, even a stick can turn into a snake and bites you. Thank you very much. Back to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you very much, Akash. That was funny. I have a lurking suspicion that you were talking about a personal incident in this case.
Yeah.
And I hope that the girl you proposed to accepted.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Well, thank you very much, Akash. Thank you for the joke.
Thank you.
It's now time for our first main segment of this meeting, and that's prepared speeches. Now, what do we gain as a competence when we present prepared speeches? How do we become leaders using this segment? Well, one, of course, we gain great communication skills. James Hume says the art of communication is the language of leadership. But in addition, we also learn the art of planning. We also learn how to make sure that we practice our goals. We prepare for what we need to do to ensure that we're able to complete all the tasks that we have. We learn how to research. We learn how to go through our relevant books and learn how to gain knowledge, because all that we present in this segment through our prepared speeches is about gaining knowledge and then disseminating knowledge. So great skills that a leader needs. Today we have 3 speeches being presented to us. The first speech today is going to be evaluated by Rishabh Kumar Anand. Rishabh says that it's the power of delegation which is the most critical attribute that a leader must possess. Rishabh is a business entrepreneur in the packaging industry and is past president of the North Sparks Toastmasters Club. Let's welcome Rishabh as he explains to us what the first speaker is going to be doing today.
Well, thank you so much, Toastmaster of the Day, for such a warm welcome. Once again, good evening, everyone. So today's speaker, Toastmaster Claret, is about to deliver her Level 1 Project 2 second speech. And the purpose of the project is for the member to present a speech on any topic, receive a feedback, and apply the feedback to the second speech. And the purpose of this speech is for the member to demonstrate that he or she has applied the feedback he or she got in the last speech. So timer, please note, timing for this speech is 5 to 7 minutes. All the best to the speaker, and back to Toastmaster of the Day.
Thank you very much, Rishabh. As Rishabh mentioned, our speaker today is Claret Barreto. Claret is a specialist in marketing. Currently, she's a freelance consultant, providing consultancy services in soft skills development and in other areas of her expertise. According to her, a leader must be an effective communicator and have discipline and also be compassionate. And according to her, these go hand in hand to become an effective leader. Today, in her speech, which is titled Good Vibes, she will be talking about the cardinal principle of having a positive approach to life despite challenges and obstacles. Let's welcome Claret Barreto with Good Vibes.
Thank you, Toastmaster Deepak Menon. Can I be heard?
Yes, you can.
Okay. Positive mind, positive vibes, and a positive life. Only a good leader can instill it with all the people he delegates. Good evening, Toastmaster of the Day, Deepak Menon, sir, fellow Toastmasters, and my dear friends as guests. Today, I'm going to share with you something that is very special, very close to my heart, and that is nature and love for music, which connects up to what is good vibes, good feelings, good mood. According to the Webster's dictionary, vibes means that you have good feelings, or it is a distinct feeling of feeling good or having a really good mood. Good vibes are a higher state of vibration. And many a physicist, musician will be often telling us everything that we have around us is vibrating at a particular level. We are also told that liquids, solids, and gases are also vibrating at a particular level. This was told to us in school, in our class. Change the way you think, feel, act, and you begin to change the world. You change your mood and thus change the vibration. For example, I remember we were in a company where we were all going to participate in one of the sports days. And our team decided that we wanted to win. So there was a positive vibration amongst the team. And we already could sense the vibes of crossing the line first before the other teams. So we kept rehearsing it in our minds. And when we kept rehearsing it, the team definitely won. We came first that day. And that was because we had this positive vibes, and that vibration led us to cross the finish line first. Thus, if you have positive vibes, you turn it into reality. Maintaining good vibes is a tough task, but we all can do it. Talking about foods, I just love foods. I'm a total foodie. Jalebis, chole bhature, vada pav, vadas. Oh, they're very tasty. Now you're wondering, I'm going off at a tangent. Why am I going off at a tangent? Yes, foods have a vibration. They bring out certain feelings in us. Yes, my dear friends, there is an attachment of a vibration in each of our foods. And this can be noticed according to what we eat. If we eat something which has low vibes, we are sluggish. We get slow in our movements. On the other hand, if the vibration of the food is at a higher level, then we have positive feelings and good vibes. And according to food experts, there are certain foods that give you those good vibes and a higher vibration. And what are they? Nuts, organic foods, vegetables, fruits, certain soya oils, olive oil, all grown organically, and also coconut oil. Another important factor in having good vibes is the circle of friends. Many a times we have a school friend or a college friend or a colleague in the office who's low, and does that vibe or that mood rubs upon us. And then we also tend to develop a low mood. This vibe causes a cardinal problem. And that problem is that we return home low. In order for us to increase our vibes and reach the highest level, we need to start learning to look internally. And there's something we can do. We can serve society. Service to society in any form generates those high vibes, those vibes that resonate and bring out the rainbow on the sky, in the sky. This rainbow has ultraviolet rays and magnificent colors that definitely brings happiness and hope. That brings out our leadership qualities too. Looking back at our environment, so I remember going for a inter-school rock band performance, and every school gave a fantastic performance. It was charged amazingly with good vibes, with each school coming and performing. Bands performed Usha Uttup, Ooh la 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 la, Hari Om Hari, and then you had Fly Me to the Moon. It left you on a higher vibration. To give an example, that music also puts you onto a different paradigm. If you have an upset stomach, you listen to music, it puts you in a good mood and gives you good vibes. Sometimes you find hurt people will hurt others and lead to bad vibes, causing a cascading effect or a wave effect. And these people not only hurt others but hurt society. On the other hand, if you have good vibes, it wipes out all this cascading effect. In fact, if we change internally, understanding our emotions and where they come from, we could rise way above. There are certain colors also that play an important role and have certain vibrations to bring in the good mood. Yes, whites pinks, yellows, indigos, blues, bring out that higher vibration and higher frequency, bringing out a good mood. Postures and body language, as Toastmasters have said, is a key to the vitality and vibes. I remember going for an interview and I saw that I was the only one without a formal suit, and everybody was very formally dressed in the lounge. And I thought, oh, now my chances are low, and thus my vibes and my mood sagged a bit. But then I decided that my experience and my professionalism would help me come up in the interview, and that's how I controlled my feelings. Yes, my dear friend, there are many things that improve vibes. Sometimes faith and fear are two sides of the coin. I'm not talking about faith of any particular religion, but I'm talking faith in oneself. We've got to say, I'm going to win. Here at Toastmasters, let us resonate with good vibes to rise to the highest level of our being, of a mission, vision, and purpose in our lives, becoming the leaders in our own fields of specialization and growing more leaders to become global leaders. Thank you. Over to Toastmaster of the Day, Deepak Menon, sir.
Thank you very much, Claret, for that beautiful speech. Very motivating, very inspiring indeed. And for a moment, I felt that I must leave this meeting and go and get into the party mood with food, friends, and music. Because that's the secret to good vibes, right?
Right.
But we get that in Toastmasters too. We get our friends all together in Toastmasters, and it's so much fun to perhaps go party with them sometime. Well, thank you. Thank you again. Thank you, Claret.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
For our second speech today, the evaluator is Gursifat Kaur Chabra, the past president of our club. She's a third-year economics honors student. And according to her, a leader must possess clarity of communication as a single most important attribute. Let's welcome Gursifat as she tells us about what the next speaker is going to be doing.
Thank you so much, Deepak Menon, sir. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and their guests. Toastmaster Akshat is giving a speech titled The Cycle of Life, the second project from level 2. The purpose of this project is for the members to learn about different communication styles and identify his or her primary style. Also, the purpose is to share the impact of his or her style on others. The time allotted is 5 to 7 minutes. I wish the speaker all the best. Over to you, Deepak Menon, sir.
Thank you very much, Evaluator Gursifat Chabra. Our speaker, as you all heard, is Akshat Goel. He's currently serving as our Vice President Education. And he's a third-year BCom Honors student from SRCC. Incidentally, he's been placed in ICICI Bank, but he says that he would prefer to go to business school if he manages to get admission there. But if there is no choice, that's where he will go, to ICICI Bank. That's the vagaries that confound us in the cycle of life. And incidentally, that's what he's going to be talking about, the cycle of life. Let's welcome Akshat with his speech titled The Cycle of Life.
Good evening, everyone, and dear guests. I hope you are doing well and having a fantastic week. I'm feeling quite enthusiastic today, and the reason for that is I have just finished my first self-evaluation, and the objective of which was to find my communication style. I was pretty amazed to see the accuracy of the questionnaire which Toastmaster asked me to answer to find out my communication style. And I'm very sure that I have found out the right communication style for myself. So without much further ado, let me allow me to take you all through that journey. And for that, let us all jump into the time machine and get back straight into the time when I was just 10 years old. You must be wondering, why am I asking you to do this? Well, I will keep you all guessing you a little bit more. When I was just 10 years old, I was as shy as a person could be. The 10-year-old Akshat would have fainted on the thought of speaking in front of 20 odd people. And here I am giving speech in front of you. So I was so shy at that time that I needed to gather up the courage from every corner of the world to even ask my teacher to allow me to use the washroom. Leave alone communication style. There has to be some communication for there to be a communication style. But I would still say that my communication style then was a bit cautious. Then fast forward 3 years. This was the time when I first took up the opportunity to be the flag bearer of a class. Any guesses? Well, for those who might have guessed, it is the monitor of the class. And as my teacher asked me to do, I tried to maintain discipline in the class. But unlike our meetings, where we follow the rules laid down by our parliamentarian, there were 2, 3 children continuously ruining the decorum of the class. I politely asked them, guys, please don't make noise. Please be silent. Please don't make loud noises. But with my every warning, they just keep getting louder and louder and louder. Days passed by, and they were as determined as ever to turn the tide against me. Then, one day, I was the one who was determined to give them their share of rewards for all the politeness and obedience they have shown. I confronted them and made them follow my rules by creating a fear of punishment in their mind. And they followed my instruction gently. There I discovered my new communication style, which was rather direct. There I realized that I can say what I feel. To elaborate a bit more, direct communication style is a communication style where you can say whatever you feel, you can share your thoughts freely. Now, pressing forward 3 more years in the time machine. This is the time when I am in my class 12th, and there are announcements all around to nominate yourself for the position of head boy of a school. And as I've moved on from my shy nature, I decided to nominate myself for the position. And without without any surprises and no exaggeration, without any hurdles, I was nominated for the position of head boy of my school. I knew that there were expectations from me. I knew all the eyes were upon me, and I too was ready for the challenge. And without any further delay, I called upon a meeting with my team to discuss further the agenda for the current session. And like a true leader, I decided not to speak myself. I decided to let them speak. I decided to listen. I decided to have them there say what they had to offer. And and they fulfilled my expectations, and they were pretty satisfied with the approach I had followed. And that was the time when I discovered my true communication style, which was supportive. In this communication style, the person just had to listen and then get into a conversation with the other person or the group of people. In this communication style, one has to take the initiative to motivate others to speak freely. And now I feel that I'm in such a great space that I can motivate others to speak freely, to come forward and take initiatives. And what better place to do that than Toastmasters? Because Toastmasters has given me an opportunity as Vice President of Education to motivate others to come forward and speak. And because of this, I can say that Toastmasters is where leaders are made. And to conclude, when I think of those nervous movements at age 10, and now speaking confidently and motivating others to come forward and speak, I can rightly say that I have completed the circle of life. And now I allow you all to come out of the time machine. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Akshat. I'm glad to be out of that time machine, but I was so enthralled by the speech that I didn't even see it moving, but it moved from the time you were 10 years to the present times. Great. And incidentally, Akshat believes that the most important attribute that a leader must possess is that of being a great listener. And that's what he demonstrated in his speech as well. Thank you very much, Akshat. Today, the third speech that we have is going to be evaluated by another past president of our club, Gajendra Khare. Gajendra is an entrepreneur. He has his own HR consulting firm. And he believes that a leader must have a passion for selfless service and must be empathetic. Let's welcome Gajendra as he explains to us what he's going to be observing when our third speaker speaks today. Let's welcome Gajendra.
Thank you, Toastmaster Deepak Menon. The cardinal purpose of this project is to introduce how to select key information to present a proposal to build a convincing case with supporting evidence in a realistic solution. So timer, please note, Karthik is going to deliver project 1 level 3 from innovative planning. So time limit is 5 to 7 minutes. So best of luck to the Karthik for your speech. Thank you. Over to you.
Thank you, Gajendra, for explaining to us what our next speaker is going to do. And our next speaker is, of course, the president of Central Delhi Toastmasters, Karthik Bhatia. Karthik believes that a leader must have humility and should have that never give up attitude. He is an electronics and communications engineer. He left Deloitte Consulting US, a very well-paying job, to work in the public sector. He's currently working for a Government of India sponsored program as a program coordinator to uplift 112 most backward districts in India. Indeed, a very worthwhile project that he's engaged in. And that, in his opinion, is what is the way of giving back. Today, in his speech that is titled The Power of Giving, Karthik is going to be talking about such opportunities that we can have. Let's welcome our president, Karthik Bhatia, with The Power of Giving.
Toastmasters, if I were to ask you to measure what all did each one of your parents do for you, would you be able to give me a clear answer? Well, it is difficult to find an answer both on an ethical and a moral level if we start putting numbers to them. But what is clear is that there are investments by them that have yielded value. And what we have developed through those values are the virtues. And one cannot order them from Amazon, Flipkart, or buy at a shop. Friends, a lot of us don't acknowledge the privilege that we live in. We are sitting in front of our laptops today, comfy in our pajamas, and talking about virtues of life. Where did this privilege come from? It came from the dedication and hard work of our parents. It came from them giving us their time and energy and resources. Well, I can't measure my parents' worth for what they have done for me. I can't even comprehend where would I be without them. Well, which power did they use to make me an able person? This power was the power of giving. And each one of you possess this superpower called power of giving. And what I want to do today is to make you aware of this superpower and propose that each one of us give back more to the society. In a country like India, where opportunities are less and we are taught to make the most out of the opportunities and keep as much for ourselves as we can, giving back or giving your share to someone sounds like a foolish idea to most. Well, it is true that in our country, the opportunities are less and we work hard, really hard to make the most out of those opportunities. But what this ends up doing is that we start losing purpose. We get caught in a loop of accumulating wealth and we get more possessive about our wealth. Wealth. What is wealth? Is it identified by your bank balance, your car, or the place you go out to eat? Wealth is in a cardinal sense your knowledge, your wisdom, your dedication, your time, and your passion. You use any and all of these virtues to make an impact. Having an impact on a bank balance alone is a personal choice. What we undermine is the impact we can make on other people's lives by any of the virtues we possess. Well, these investments may not directly reflect in your bank balance, but the enrichment of life and the value you gain as a human being is immeasurable. Now, tell me, how do you want to be remembered by your friends and family? As an owner of Mercedes? As an owner of penthouse? No, they will remember you for all the good that you've done for them, how you touched their lives. Now, do not confuse it with not being ambitious. I want you to own Mercedes. In fact, own 5 penthouses, but they will not define you. What will define you is how many people did you empower to own those Mercedes and penthouses. At this moment, a quote comes to my mind from a famous beverage company that says, "Be remembered for good." Although I wouldn't want you to consume too much of that beverage in one sitting, but yes, be remembered for good. Well, the workforce of today, if you see, they suffer from the very busy syndrome. We slog for hours walking day in and day out. And due to this sense of being busy, we start developing a heightened sense of importance for self and ignorance for others. We start forming our bubbles and we keep living in them. A lot of us are ambitious and we want to be very successful. Now, tell me, do you think a company like Microsoft became so successful only because their software was good? To be that successful, they had to work with the judiciary, talk to the academics and academicians and economists, keep the bureaucracy inclined, get journalists to print good things about them, and also garner support from politicians. Do you think your desk job will provide you all those opportunities? Well, I don't entirely blame you for all the working conditions that we have, but what I want to do today is to knock on everyone's doors and show you, hey, there is a world of opportunities outside. Now, let's come back to that superpower that I was talking about. And I don't want to just propose that you keep giving for obtaining good karma or satisfying the altruistic being in you. I want to show you the opportunities to grow and opportunities to empower others by giving so that you ultimately become more successful. If you're a teacher, then teach the underprivileged kids on the weekend from a local NGO. You having to come out of your comfort zone and teach those kids in difficult conditions and less resources will make you will make you will make you appreciate everything, and you will eventually become a better teacher. And it may so happen that you will be offered a lot of job and you won't have to solicit more. If you mastered a skill or a domain, go to your LinkedIn profiles today and type in that you are ready to help college kids crack interviews, or perhaps teach a new skill to new hires. You will make bigger and better connections, and you may just find the opportunity to be the partner to the next Microsoft. If you're a student, then you have the greatest gift of all, your time. Donate your time to anyone seeking help on any matter, any project, or any task. Help your friend run that business survey. Help her develop that website. Volunteer to be part of college committees. Your investment of time today will pay you dividend for years. If you're a good chef, pay a visit to a small restaurant and teach them a new dish. That new dish may just bring in a lot more customers for them. And again, you may just get opportunities to be head chef at growing restaurants. If you're a marketing executive, help your relative get online with her food business. These opportunities would also present to you as opportunities to be a freelancer. Look, I can't go through every single profession and show you that just a simple act of giving may bring in wonders for you. But I want to assure you today that whatever your profession is, there is an aspect of giving, and just that act in itself may open doors of success for you. So come out of your shell. Don't overvalue yourself over others. Don't undermine your power of giving. Your virtues define you, not your bank balance. Give more to receive more. Thank you. Back to the Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you very much, Mr. President, for reminding us how important it is to have the power to give, to be giving. And in Toastmasters, we practice this all the time. As soon as we have learned something, we've experienced something, we always want to give back to our fellow members by supporting them and by mentoring them and by ensuring that we're there to provide them the encouragement for them to grow and achieve. It's now time for us to cast our ballots for the best speaker today. We've had 3 speeches by Claret Barreto, by Akshat Goyal, and Karthik Bhatia. Please cast your ballot for who you thought was the best speaker today. Be quick. I'm going to start countdown. 10, 9, 8, 6, 3, 1, and you're done. I promised you that we're going to have a little deviation today in the regular format of our meeting. And yes, today's second segment is going to be our monthly awards segment. Now, leadership requires another cardinal competency, and that is the power to recognize, to appreciate, and to acknowledge. There are so many people who work with us, for us, who give their time, energy, willingly, selflessly. And it's for us to ensure that we recognize them. And that's what we're going to be doing in this segment. To give away the awards, let's welcome back President Karthik Bhatia.
Thank you. Thank you. I'll be short with this ceremony. Wouldn't really take too much time in conducting it. It seems that we've way past our agenda time, the allocated time. Okay, first up, we have the Screamer of the Month. This award will be given for the performance of the member on the basis of club PR and promotion activities. Does anyone wants to take a guess? Who would it be? All right. Okay, it is Toastmaster Gursifar, our past president. Congratulations, Gursifar. All right. Who is our Comrade of the Month? This award will be given for the performance of the member on the basis of regularity and membership growth activities. Any guesses? Any guesses, guys? We've attended a lot of meetings. Okay, it is our veteran Toastmaster, Toastmaster Digant. Congratulations, Toastmaster Digant. Next up, we have Nurturer of the Month. This award is given to the member on the basis of role taking and performance in the meeting, and also handling any backouts. Any guesses, guys, who it is? The person will be fairly regular to the meeting, so you can take a guess.
Deepak Menon, sir. Deepak Menon, sir. Gursifat. Karanveer.
All right. So yes, you got the person who came second, right? The winner is Toastmaster Gajendra Khare, and a special mention to Toastmaster Deepak Menon for coming in close second. Then next up we have the budding nurturer. This is given to a young Toastmaster. This award is given to the new member on the basis of role taking and performance in the meeting, provided that the new member has not delivered any speech or taken up any main roles. Who is it going to be? All right, it is Toastmaster Ayush. Congratulations, Toastmaster Ayush. Next up, we have Out of the Box Nurturer. This award is given to the member who has done innovation in any role the maximum number of time during the month's time. Any guesses? Any guesses? All right. It is our Sergeant at Arms, Toastmaster Kashish, and a special mention to Toastmaster Digant for being the close second. All right. Now, the grand prize. Who is the member of the month? This award is given on the basis of the accumulated points collected in all the three other awards. All right, it is our past president, Toastmaster Gajendra Khare. Congratulations, Toastmaster Gajendra Khare. Friends, yes, we had that award ceremony, and what this reflects is the hard work that each of you as Toastmaster, even if you're not in the EC, you can contribute to the club's success and growth. If you're interested in writing articles, doing PR, then you can be part of the PR team. And if you're interested in really practicing your sales pitches, you can be part of the vice president or the membership squad, as we call it. Well, one more thing I want to do today is that often the EC's hard work doesn't get recognized. And yes, the EC also works hard to make every single meeting successful. But however, we've very recently seen our social media imprint and activity grow. And this has come due to the efforts of our VPPR, Toastmaster Akriti. So I would request you all to please take a moment, congratulate, and also thank you, Akriti. Well, that was the awards meeting. That was the awards segment. Now, I seem to be having a network problem. All right, that was the award segment. I'll just end up my segment here very quickly. Thank you. That was me. Back to the Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you very much, Karthik. Thank you for presenting awards, and congratulations to all the award winners. My God, I was sweating. I thought I was going to get one of those awards today, but bad luck. Perhaps another month. Well, we can all vie for it every month because these awards are presented month after month. Our next segment is table topics, where we practice thinking on our feet, impromptu thinking. And that's an important attribute that a leader must possess. Today, the table topics segment is going to be evaluated by our table topics evaluator, Suryam Jyotirmay, who is a visiting Toastmaster. He's the president of the InSteel Toastmasters in Jamshedpur. He's a first-year student of mass communication and journalism in Jamshedpur and is also pursuing a BSc from IIT Madras in data sciences and programming. According to him, a leader must possess an in-depth understanding of people and situations and should have an clear analytical ability. We're very happy to have Suryam with us today. Friends, table topics is a segment which helps us to become agile, because agility is another competence that is essential for a leader to possess. Without agility, they cannot maneuver through the problems that are encountered on a daily basis that a leader must face. So, to develop your skills, to be agile, to be able to speak at a moment's notice, participate in table topics. Today, our table topics master is Saurabh Bindal, who is working in the R&D division of Kentar, a global marketing research firm. And according to him, simplicity and authenticity in communication is what a leader needs. Let's welcome Saurabh as he leads us through this segment.
Thank you to DTM Deepak Menon sir for the introduction. Fellow Toastmasters and guests, good evening. So table topic session, one of the most exciting portion of the Toastmasters meeting is the table topic session. So what is the cardinal of table topics? It helps you to improve your impromptu speech. It teaches you to answer appropriate question at inappropriate situation. The time limit for the table topic is 1 to 2 minutes. You will have to speak minimum 1 minute and max 2 minute 30 second to eligible for table topic speaker award. You will see a green signal after 1 minute, a yellow signal after 1 and a 30 second, and a red signal after 2 minutes at 2 minutes. And the Valentine week is coming, so those who are single and looking to mingle, looking for girlfriend or boyfriend, has an opportunity to impress. One more thing I would like to say, if you want to participate, think of a line or a two about the theme of the day. Very high chances that you get the topic related to theme of the day. Also keep word of the day in mind so that you can add the word of the day in your table topic speech. So let's get started. Who wants to be first? Please put on the video and then raise the hand. Yes, Kashish. Kashish.
Yes, yes, yes. I want to participate.
Right. Yeah. So the today topic is are you more effective in a group or one-to-one basis?
Okay. Thank you for this topic.
So yeah. So Kashish, the time allotted is 1 to 2 minutes, as I said. Uh, s- so the topic, Kashish Jan, uh, are you more effective in a group or one-to-one basis? Are you more effective in a group or one-to-one basis? Kashish, Toastmasters Kashish Jan.
Okay. Um, as I talk about myself, I am a person who is comfortable with myself more. Actually, I can say I am an introvert, tilted some towards extrovert. Yeah. And I'm a person who wants to be a group person, and I want to be a person who is extrovert and can speak anywhere, any topic, and be a repartee. Um, but as I'm little shy, that's why I am not that person who is really very affluent in this type of parties and a group meeting and group discussion. Sometimes I feel that I want to speak there, but because of my shyness, or you can say because of my nature, I am unable. But for that, which I felt, for that I have joined the Toastmasters Club, and after I've joined, it has been somewhere into around 4 to 5 months joining this club. It has helped me a lot to improve. Now, um, if you have seen, I'm mostly taking the participation in table topic sessions, and giving this speeches and all, which has made me more fluent and a more a born mod person, which can speak anytime, and my confidence levels has also raised up very immensely. And I am feeling that now I have become a person which can tilt towards introvert side too, and tilt towards extrovert side too. Recently, I was having a session of panchayat, which was a lame joke session, which I won. So for that, I got to recognize that, yeah, now I can have become a speaker which can speak too. So because of paucity of time, I am timer. I will say that over to you, Toastmaster Saurabh.
Thank you, Kashish Jan. Thank you for giving such a nice speech and a transparent one. Thanks. So even there are 8 to 10 guests are there. So I recommend like if someone from the guest side will raise
Toastmaster
hand.
Saurav, we have guest Rakesh volunteering.
Hi guest Rakesh, hi. So the I'm sharing the screen. So the next topic is, if you were made, yeah, I if you were made the prime minister for a day, what would you do? Uh, uh, Guest Rakesh, if you were
The
made the prime minister for a day, what would you do? If you were made the prime minister for a day, what would you do? Guest Rakesh.
Prime Minister. Prime Minister is the important person of a country. He is the person who looks after the administration, other things, with the help of his ministers to run the government very smoothly. If I am made a prime minister for a day, I'll have a lot of things to do. I'll not leave a single moment go away. I'll plan it in such a way that I invest a single moment in a way that I benefit the poor, the underprivileged. We have people who can't have a proper square meal. They starve. Have you seen sometime on the streets? You'll find their kids roaming around without clothes. There are older people who doesn't have a something to cover up, wrap around in the shivering winter. For them, I'll think. I'll try to channelize the system of taxation in such a way it becomes a simple. There are a lot of people who want to pay taxes, but the taxes system is so bad that they get messed up with the CA, the tax officer, the other things. They have to spend more money with them rather than giving the taxes. Even if the whole population gives a single amount of tax, that will amount to a huge money, and that can be utilized for the development of our country. In a day, it is a thing, a lot of things will come to my mind to be done, but I'll try to choose which will really make an impact, which will be very important. Like I told you, I'll try to help the poor and all. I'll try to make the taxation system very simple, so each and every countryman can contribute a small bit of taxes, so he'll feel that I'm also part of the development which is happening in and around our country. I think I have a lot to say, but the time has a limit in this. And the topic was such a nice Toastmaster Saurabh. I could have spoken on this for a longer hours. Thank you. Over to you, Toastmaster Saurabh.
Thank you, our guest Rakesh, for giving such a nice speech. Thank you so much. So, our next guest, please raise the hands.
Toastmaster Saurav, we have
Rudra,
guest Ruth.
Rudra Pratap, yeah. So, Rudra Pratap, the our next topic for today is, how do you get others to accept your ideas? So, guest Rudra, how do you get others to accept your ideas? How do you get others to accept your ideas? Guest Rudra, over to you.
I'm just taking a few moments to think. Okay. How do you get others to accept your ideas? Well, first of all, ideas are about perspectives. It's about life experiences. You may have a different type of life experience, and another person may have a different type of life experience. So, in a sense, ideas are somewhat related to our anecdotal experiences. If you want others to accept your ideas, then you may use your anecdotal experiences to support your ideas. And in fact, the current research supports that usage of anecdotal evidences and personal experiences are far more influential in changing others' opinion than citing data, facts, and other researches. I believe that even if someone may not prefer your ideas, you may at least give them your own perspective. We may differ on what we should do, but we can at least agree on what the fact is, on what the picture is. What's normative is not necessarily what is descriptive. If your idea is about a description, for example, if your idea is about the consequences of a policy or consequences of a law, or let's say consequences of a technology, then you can make another person agree with you, but you may never expect them to agree whether one should go forward and accept the technology, whether one should go forward and agree with the policy or the law or whatever it is. It's of cardinal importance that we should agree to disagree in such a scenario. So friends, that's how one can make others agree to their own ideas, provided the ideas satisfy the conditions of being descriptive, not normative. Thank you.
Thank you, and give good examples by including technology in your speech. Thanks. So the next one,
There's
it's
Sayantan Das.
most probably the last one.
Sayantan Das has volunteered.
Hi.
Yes, Toastmaster Saurabh, we have Sayantan Das who wants to volunteer. Please give him the topic. We can't hear you, Toastmaster Saurabh.
Hi, the internet was disconnected. So who is the next one?
Yes, Sayantan Das is there. Please tell him the topic.
Hi. Yeah, hi, Shantan Das. Hi. So the next topic is name a person who influenced you the most and how. Shantan Das, name a person who influenced you the most and how.
Thank you, Mr. Table Topic Master. We get influenced by so many people in our lives. In fact, the moment we are born, the moment we open our eyes, we can see our parents around us. And that is probably the very first moment we get influenced. As we keep growing, we get connected to so many different people, our friends, our mentors, our teachers, and we get influenced by one or the other person at every nook and corner of our life. If I have to speak for myself, I must tell you all that I am not influenced by any one person. It just depends on what the scenario is. If I need motivation for life, it would be my parents. If I need motivation from somebody in Toastmasters, it would be our distinguished Toastmaster Deepak Menon, who has left a great deal of inedible mark in our Toastmasters world. If it would be from somewhere from my career, it would be Mr. Sachin and Binny Bansal, the founders of Flipkart. If it would be an author, then it definitely has to be somebody great. Like this, from every different part of my life, there is one person who inspires, who motivates, who encourages me to give my level best to that. For example, I am speaking right now. The mentor, the person who inspires me in speaking is our world champion, Aaron Beverly, and his speech of 2016 first runners up, where he left a good impression upon the audience by starting with a title that was long and long, and then suddenly coming and asking the audience, hey, can anybody recite that topic? So these little anecdotes, these little elements that I pick up from my everyday life, from all the different people I meet, that is what serves as an inspiration. So, Toastmasters, you may have one person who may inspire you. You may have many, many people who may inspire you. What matters is you take that inspiration, mold it according to your own way, and then implement it in your own life. And then I can give it in writing that you would probably be a person other people would get inspired by. Isn't that right, Mr. Table Topic Master?
Thank you, Shantan, for giving like what a nice speech in a short span of period. So this is all from my side. Over to TMOD Deepak Menon, sir.
Thank you very much for this table topic segment, Saurabh. Great topics indeed. And Shantan, I was reminded of past international Balraj Arunasalam as he was there chairing that World Championship of Public Speaking when Aaron Beverly won the first runner-up with that long title. And I remember his reciting that title and then telling us to wait because he had to repeat it all over again the second time round. That was a most interesting experience indeed. Well, friends, it's now time to cast your ballot for the best table topic speaker. We've had 4 table topic speeches. Please cast your ballot very quickly. And I'm going to begin the countdown. Some folks thought that I did not know how to actually count. Well, I'm going to try again. Let's see whether this time I'll be successful. I'm going to start with 20 this time. So it's 20, 19, 18, 11, 7, 3, and 0. And we're done. It's now time for our last segment for this meeting, and that is evaluations. Now, evaluations is a segment where we practice empathy. Dwight Eisenhower again says, you do not lead by hitting people over the head. That's assault, not leadership. Instead, we need to be supportive. We need to be caring. We need to be compassionate. And we practice all those skills along with our listening skills through the evaluation segment. Today, the gentleman who's going to be leading this segment is our general evaluator, Digant Mittal. Now, Digant, as you know, has won so many awards that I don't think he's got any place for more, but I'm sure he's still vying for more. He's a qualified member of ACCA UK. He's currently an entrepreneur running a startup in finance and legal services. He says a leader must be focused on creating more leaders. Don't just lead, but empower others to lead. Let's all give Digant a big round of welcome as he comes up to be the general evaluator for today's meeting.
Thanks, Mr. Toastmaster, or I must say, Mr. Distinguished Toastmaster for the day. So, in this meeting, I welcome you all to the general evaluation segment. And as I was preparing for my role of general evaluator, because having such a nice constellation of role players, it really gives a big responsibility to evaluate the meeting. Because here we are not just going for beating around the bushes, we are actually going to have some meaningful and positive feedback. So I remember one thing, that in general evaluation also, it is a big leadership opportunity. Here we evaluate as well as we give a positive feedback, and it has a wide array of the skills that we can learn from being a general evaluator. So First, let me call on the screen the general evaluator for Toastmaster Claret's speech, Toastmaster Rishabh Kumar Anand, to deliver his evaluation. Thank you.
Ups and downs, victories and defeat, sadness and happiness. If you have one thing in your life, you can bear all those phases of the life. You know what is that one thing? That one thing is the good vibe. Good vibe I got from today's speaker. Ladies and gentlemen, today's speaker, Toastmaster Claret, she was very much informative throughout. She explained her content brilliantly. She associated good vibes with nature, foods, fruits, and various other things. I love the way speaker brilliantly explained the cardinal importance of good vibes. Well, Toastmaster Claret was totally clear with her content. She made her content very much understandable and relatable to the audience. Well, I still remember she even used various some informal words, like there was instance when she was talking about music and then she started singing a song Hari Om Hari O La La, where she was trying to make a content interesting and at the same time make her trying to attract the attraction, try to attract the audience to her content. However, every good speech has something to improve. Well, first of all, I would like to comment upon the layout of the speech. Well, the layout of the speech is designed in such a manner that there is the opening, there's a body, and there's a conclusion. Now, all the three parts of the speech has to be very impactful to make the speech really impactful. If I talk about the opening, so I believe that the opening could have been improved. So instead of just saying that today I'm going to talk about the importance of good vibes, instead of just defining what good vibes are, the speaker could have started with a small quote or a small story and then related good vibes with that story or with that quote, because that's how you build innovation with the opening of your speech. Because the better the opening is, the better impact of your speech will be. Now, moving ahead, I found that content was somehow plain and simple. So, this content could have been improved if personal instances of speakers' life could have been added to make the content more interesting. For example, we all know what good vibes are. Maybe we all know what the importance of good vibes are. But we as a speaker, we as an audience might be more interesting in understanding how those good vibes are. What are the importance of those good vibes in your life, and how does that impact us, we as an audience? Apart from it, I noticed some unnecessary movement also. I noticed that there was some random movement of the shoulders. Was it a sign? Was it related to content? Maybe no. Was it the camera consciousness? Was it the nervousness? Maybe yes. So these things can be improved. So because these body postures somehow makes our speech less attractive. Apart from it, I really believe that the speaker is really a great orator. She has a power of words, she has a power to influence. Just apply the recommendation a bit and you can be brilliant. Over to general evaluator.
Thank you.
Thanks. That was really a good evaluation by Toastmaster Rishabh. Now, help me welcome on the screen Toastmaster Gursifat Kaur Chabra, the evaluator for Toastmaster Akshat Goel's speech.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Digan. Good evening to everyone. Today we heard a beautiful speech from the speaker titled Cycle of Life. I found that the title was appropriate and connected throughout the speech. We heard the story of the speaker through which he found his communication styles finally. Starting from the age of 10, when he was a child, he was selected the monitor of the class, and he found that his communication style was direct, in which he used to communicate his ideas properly after some time. Then he was nominated as the head boy of the school, in which he found that his communication style was supportive, in which he used to motivate and inspire other people. So through this, it portrays that the project objective to learn about the different communication style and identify his style finally was fulfilled. So the very first objective of the speech was fulfilled by the speaker. The second objective, to share the impact of his styles on others. So he told that in the starting when he was the head boy, and then now in Toastmasters he is the vice president education. He is daily inspiring people to complete their projects, to deliver speeches, to take up the roles, and we can clearly and authentically see how hard he is working through it. So kudos to fulfilling your project objectives. The speaker was calm and confident throughout his speech, and he was really comfortable with the audience. And I saw that the speaker has also improved on his voice modulation. Like from the past few speeches I have heard, I saw that there was a difference in his voice today. He was using a low pitch and high pitch accordingly. That made the speech more focused. However, I feel that the few things can be worked upon. Firstly, your hand gestures were quite distracting, and I could see a little bit of unnecessary movement from your side. So, with proper rehearsal and practicing a lot, you can work upon that so that your hand gestures complement with what you are speaking. Secondly, the starting. In the starting, you started good evening, everyone. This could have been made more engaging. Maybe you could have added some rhetorical questions or a quote or a small story of communication, of understanding communication style of someone else. This could have made it a little bit more engaging. Otherwise, you were really confident with your content. You ended the speech really well. Your body was good. You had personal anecdotes. You had personal stories. My personal takeaway from your speech was like the way a person like you, like a shy as wallflower, transformed into a leader through his clarity, through his communication, through dedication. So through your self evaluation today, and you finally found the purpose of your life and your communication style. So looking forward to more speeches from the speaker. Over to the general evaluator.
Thanks. Uh, Thanks for such a nice evaluation by Toastmaster Gursifar. Now let's have Toastmaster Gajendra Khare giving his evaluation for the speech of Toastmaster Karthik Bhatia.
Thank you, General Evaluator. This world is an ecosystem. We make a living by what we get, but we make a life by what we give. And today's speaker, Karthik Bhatia, tonight gave us a consummate performance, one that for me surpasses all his previous speeches. Speaker did today very well done, and he has developed a convincing case of using the cardinal principle of life, the impact of power of giving to our life. I'll remember the speaker's opening because the introduction was a jam vivid explanation how parents has added value and virtues to our life, and that you can use all through your life and to inspire others in your life by the power of giving. So very well done, and it was a great start to, and I was hooked up, and then audience were hooked up from this beginning. Now, what I like most about the speaker, the preparation. He has delivered the entire speech by standing, and his eye contact was prepared, and his hand gesture was in sync with the explanation. Why I say that? When he say, then there is a world of opportunity outside, and he showed the thumbs up. That shows that he was prepared, confident, and he was maintaining the proper eye contact. Another thing what I like about the organization of the speech, he has developed the speech in the beginning, and then he has chronologically convinced the point all through the speech. So very well done as far as the speech structure is concerned. What I like about the hand gesture and the voice control, it was proper, audible, and not so fast. It was moderately. He has managed the entire speech, how he has to take it away. All in all, I felt the speech could add greater value to the speech. Why? So there are two things what I would like to give. The speech structure could be strengthened to assist the audience by understanding, by using his personal story, because he has given the vivid explanation by using the words. But what I feel that missing was his personal story. And if he used that personal story, he can signpost the point in a better effective manner. Second thing, the proposal requirement was to write a proposal resources, where I found that he has pointed out all the things, but he has not told what how the proposal can be meant for the particular convincing the point of power of giving. So that was the things which the speaker could take care of. That even I like what about the speech more, the icing on the cake was for me the Karthik first class use of facial expression and the vivid explanation and his voice control, that I very much liked about it. So you have to dedicate yourself. The persuasion was at the end, that what I like most about. Then he has told, then you have to opt to help the people in a different way, to your friends and to volunteering yourself. So that was very well done. So takeaway for me was, if you have to give more, then you have to receive more. So that is the takeaway, and I wish the speaker for the future speeches. So thank you very much. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thanks, Toastmaster Gajendra. That was really a good evaluation. I will give my recommendations to the evaluators. I will share my observations with the evaluators after a while. But first, let me call on the screen the table topic evaluator, Toastmaster Suryam, to deliver his table topics evaluation for table topics speakers.
A very good afternoon to fellow Toastmasters and guests. So, thinking on your feet and speaking effectively, even without preparation, is one of the cardinal skills which a leader should have. And it was really outstanding to see how all the table topic speakers presented their impromptu skills. I would give one common recommendation to all the table topic speakers, that is on their content. Mostly the content justified all the topics, which is a very important in table topics which we need to take care of. Now, without talking more, I would just give individual evaluation of all the table topic speakers. The first speaker was Toastmaster Chairman, and the topic was, are you more effective in a group or in a one-to-one basis? Now, he did not just answer the question that he is more comfortable in a one-to-one basis kind of environment, working alone, but he also gave the reasons that he is an introvert and he is not that very comfortable in a huge group of people like extroverts are. He also mentioned that the challenges which he faces, that he always wants to be like that, and he is on the way and he will achieve that. Now, one recommendation which I will give to him is that his face was not visible at all while he was speaking, and thus we were missing all the gestures, eye contact, and the expressive ways which you could use by showing us your face, because the light was coming from the backside and your face was all rough. Apart from that, I would also say that you need to work a bit on your flow. If you work a bit on your flow, because you were mixing up sentences in between, something which we call a false start. That is, you start a sentence with a word, and then you realize that the sentence structure is not perfect, and then you again repeat the sentence. So that can be avoided with a bit more practice. But overall, I would like to say that your conclusion could have been improved, and you have a very natural and a very soothing speaking style, a very soothing voice modulation, which generally introverts have. And that I'm saying as an introvert. Thank you. And I would now talk about the next speaker. The next speaker was guest Rakesh, and his topic was, if you were made a prime minister for a day. Now, when you get such a topic, you have so many things in mind, because you know that country is facing so many problems. What should I do in one day? And you dealt with it in a really effective manner by focusing on one aspect of the problem facing the country, that is the economic aspect. You talked about the problems, you described the problem of poverty in a very beautiful manner, gave solution for the economic problem, according to you, which was, division of taxes for all the citizens. Your gestures, voice modulation, everything was great. I don't have a specific recommendation for you, but I would just say that you need to add more uh, analogies or more interesting things in your speech to make it even more effective. Everything was good, but nothing was extraordinary. So we need to add something that. Now I get to the third speaker, which was guest Rudra. Your topic was, how do you get others to accept your ideas? And again, I would say that you have a very soothing speaking style. You speak very naturally, but you just need to work a bit on pauses. Your pauses were breaking the flow. You described the topic and the problems in making people convinced, on convincing people very well. But instead of describing how will you make them accept your ideas, you at one point in the conclusion, you said that it is not possible to make them accept your technology the way you want. You can just make them accept that, but the normative things can be made to accept, but not the deceptive ones. So you added a barrier there. You could have explained that in a better manner, that why it is so, because this is a strong statement and some people may disagree with their experiences. So when we make such a statement, it needs to have a further explanation. Come to the last speaker, that is Toastmaster Shanathan. What was, name a person who influenced you the most and how? And I would say that you took the most impressive take on this topic possible by saying that there's not one person who influences you. You take influence from different people in different aspects of life, starting from how your parents influenced you since childhood, then your friends when you grew older, and then for different aspects, you will be influenced by different experts in those particular fields. For example, in career, you will be influenced by the founders of Flipkart. In Toastmasters, you'll be influenced by the DTM, and so on and so forth. Your voice modulation, your gestures, your speaking style, the content structure, introduction, body, conclusion, all of that was just marvelous and ineffable. I would just give you one recommendation, that maybe you can work on speaking more calmly, on having a more smooth pace while speaking. That can make you a perfect speaker. And with that, I would conclude my table topics evaluation. Thank you. Over to the general evaluator.
Thanks, Toastmaster Suryam. That was really a good evaluation. Now, let's move towards the auxiliary roles. We will be having the polls for the evaluators after the auxiliary roles, when I will be delivering my general evaluation report. So, Techmaster, please note this fact. So, help me welcome on the screen the first auxiliary role player, Toastmaster. Just one second. Toastmaster Akriti joined the language evaluator for the meeting.
Thank you, everyone. I'll be really quick. So the word of the day was used probably more than 12 times. So kudos to every speaker who used the word of the day extensively throughout the meeting. Some good usages were TM Deepak sir led us in the good usages also. He said cogent, which means something which is very clear and which is convincing. Then he also said lurking suspicion. Lurking is something that remains hidden. He said agility. Agility means to move quickly and easily. And he said I was enthralled. And being enthralled means capturing the attention of something. Then TM Meher said that she was all ears. Being all ears means to be ready and being eager to listen. Then TM Kartik said that he slogged for time, which means you work hard for a period of time. And then he said altruistic being, which means being very unselfish. The not so good usages were somebody said, "Do everyone hears me?" which could have been said that, "Can everyone hear me?" And then "he are also scared," which could also be used as "he was also scared." Apart than that, I think it was a smooth show. Thank you, and back to the general evaluator.
Thanks. That was really a crisp report. Now let's move towards Toastmaster Simran Dua, the our counter for the day, to present her report of our count.
Here is my report. Uh, the filler sound ah was used by TM Akriti 3 times, TM Akash 2 times, TM Kashish was generous in using the filler sound. He used it more than 10 times. TM Gajendra used the filler sound 2 times. TM Saurabh used it 7 times. TM Karthik used it 8 times. TM Satyam used it 1 time. TM Deepak used it 1 time. TM Claret used it 2 times. TM Gursifat used it 2 times. The filler word well was used by TM Rudra 1 time, TM Deepak 1 time, and TM Rishabh 2 times. The filler word so was used by TM Rudra 1 time, TM Saurabh 10 times, TM Akshar 2 times, TM Prasad 1 time, TM Gajendra 3 times, and TM Rishabh 1 time. The filler word was used by TM Deepak 1 time, and and a short pause was taken by TM Kashish. So it would be very nice if it could be minimized and the filler words and the filler sounds are taken care of. So thank you. That's my report.
Thanks, Toastmaster Simran. That was a category-wise, a well-presented report. Now, let's move towards the parliamentarian for our meeting, Toastmaster Pooja Kharpunda, for her report.
Thank you, Digant. I am glad to announce that the meeting was conducted in a disciplined manner. No crosstalk were observed in the meeting. Everyone kept his mic on mute once he has spoken. No phone rings were observed. Thankful to everyone for not using any negative references. But many times in the meeting, I have observed many network issues, especially in table topic segment and in table topic evaluation segment also. Very hard try to listen it, but the voice was not clear. So please ensure that you have a good internet connection. Thank you. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thanks, Toastmaster Pooja. That was a really well-observed report that you presented. Now, let's move towards Toastmaster Meher, who is the listener for the day. Toastmaster Meher.
Okay, so let's see who all were actively listening. The first question is, in the beginning, President Karthik sir told a story where the father had 3 pots. He puts a potato in first and the egg in second. What was in the third one? Okay, Gajendra sir.
Coffee beans?
Yes, sir, right. Okay, so the second question is, what all food Lynn Claret talked about in her speech that gave her good vibes? Okay, PM Suryam.
Vegetables, fruits.
Yes, also there were jalebis and vada paos.
Yeah, jalebis and baba.
Yes, yes. And
She did wise. Once she was telling us about the foods which gave us good vibes and good health care evaluation, and other time about what she likes to.
And the third question is, in the second prepared speech, what was the communication style TM Akshat found perfect for himself? TM Deepak.
Supportive.
Yes, sir, correct. So, all of you are have the cardinal traits of being a good listener. Well, that was my report. Back to the journal evaluator.
Thanks, Toastmaster Meher. That was really a tempting session, I must say, because once you tell a foodie about any food, and most importantly, vada pav, it is a very important thing for us. So now help me welcome on the screen the timer for the day, Toastmaster Kashish with his report.
Thank you so much, Digant. Due to the paucity of time, I will directly come to the reports. Um, Speaker number one, Toastmaster Clary Barreto took 7 minutes 50 seconds. Speaker number two, Toastmaster Akshat Goyal took 5 minutes 36 seconds. Speaker number three, Toastmaster Karthik Bhatia took 7 minutes 27 seconds. The monthly award session was conducted in 3 minutes 36 seconds. In the table topic session, Kashish Jain took 7 minutes 27 seconds. Speaker number 2, Prasad Rakesh, took 2 minutes 15 seconds. Speaker number 3, Rudra Pratap Singh, took 2 minutes 15 seconds. And speaker number 4, Sayantan Das, took 2 minutes 20 seconds. Our evaluator 1, Toastmaster Rishabh, took 3 minutes 25 seconds. Evaluator 2, Gursifat Kaur Chabra, took 3 minutes 5 seconds. And evaluator 3 took 3 minutes 18 seconds, Gajendra Khare. And our table topic master evaluator took 5 minutes 15 seconds. Thank you. I'm over with my report. Over to you.
Thanks, Toastmaster Kashish Jain. That was really a bullet short report of timers. Now let's have the polls for auxiliary roles as well as for the evaluators. Uh, and meanwhile, I will be moving ahead with my report of general evaluator also. So I have certain commendations for our learned TMOD, Toastmaster of the Day, that I noticed that Toastmaster of the Day connected leadership roles and leadership related skills to roles in Toastmasters meeting. That's a really grassroots approach that he took. And most importantly, he started from grassroots level in his theme also, from a new member related to confidence. That is something which actually connects all of us, because a starting point is something which is very important and which connects most of us, since we all have a starting point in our journey of Toastmasters or in leadership. Most importantly, I noticed that Toastmaster of the Day had a friendly and interactive tone throughout the meeting. It was not just he was telling about the content related to leadership, but he had a really friendly and interactive tone. But there is one thing that really sets him apart from all the other TMODs, which all the other meetings which I evaluated. And that is Toastmaster Day prepared audience for speech by speakers. He didn't just introduce, he gave a snapshot of what the speaker is going to tell about. So that is a really good, really commendable thing which I am going to actually learn from this meeting. However, there are certain recommendations for the meeting overall for all the people. First, I noticed that waiting room time was little bit more. So the tech master should be really vigilant about the timing, about the waiting time a person is in waiting room. That should not go long unnecessarily. Secondly, I noticed that presiding officer must have, I suggest that presiding officer must have counted the number of guests in the starting of when he arrived on the screen, and then he should be asking them to shorten the introduction in starting itself, as there were 13 guests and introduction of 12 people was to be taken. So that little bit of planning could have shortened up the timing, as we have overshot the time. Most importantly, there was one thing that although Toastmaster of the Day did a fantastic job as a Toastmaster, but I have just one small observation regarding his role, that he should have informed about the prepared speech segment in the structure. When he was telling about the prepared speech segment in the structure in one line, he must have given some one-liner example or explanation of what is the prepared speech segment all about. So that could have also given more clarity to audience. It is just a small observation, just a suggestion. Apart from this, certain auxiliary role players, I noticed there is there needs to be a little bit more clarity in the introduction of their roles. And most importantly, I would suggest them as well as the Vice President Education to refer to a resource called Toastmaster Wears Many Hats for that. It has really good clarity on each and every role. Most importantly, I would like to commend Timer as well as Vice President Education for one thing, that the past meeting suggestion by General Evaluator for putting word of the day on Timer's card was implemented. And it was implemented in a really good manner that we were able to see the word of the day clearly. However, there are certain things for monthly award session also. While giving the award, it is not just we are giving the award, we are recognizing the contribution of the member. So I would like to suggest to presiding officer to give one adjective or one liner anecdote for the winner of the particular award regarding the contribution they would have made. For example, if Toastmaster Kashish has won the PR related award, then an a one-liner anecdote could have been said that Toastmaster Kashish has worked extensively with our PR team that he got this award. So that really connects members more to the club. Now coming towards the end of my report, I have certain certain more just two more observations to go. That I noticed that I suggest that Toastmaster of TTM, the table topic master, should be calling those people who speak less, those members in the club who speak less. I noticed one member was there, few members were there who speak very less, who are taking less roles in past few meetings. So probably table topics master should have called them first, since these are the people who are actually the members of the club. We need to take care of them. Apart from that, I would suggest the topic master should also practice the active listening. There is a project in pathways, most probably in most of the pathways it is on level 3, the active listening project. That project is best preparation for running any table topics session. There are other things in it which we can practice, like active listening and non-verbal cues, etc. So that can take the table topic session to another level. My last observation is regarding the evaluators. I suggest that all the evaluators should be telling the observations, not just telling to the speaker that your body language was good. They should be telling it, rephrasing it in this way, like, I observed that your body language was good. So that observation point of view gives a really graceful thing in the evaluation. Since evaluation in all respect, we are evaluating the speech, not the speaker. However, I would like to especially commend Toastmaster Gajendra Khare for one thing, that he used I statements through which he actually took his evaluation to another level. However, this was really a good meeting, and that's the end of my report. Over to the Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster DTM Deepak Menon.
Thank you very much, General Evaluator Digant Mittal, for conducting the evaluation segment and for your wonderful recommendations. I'm sure that all the members have made a note of the recommendations that you provided, and of course, the appreciation that you had for all the role players during this meeting. But friends, we've learned today that as we participate in our daily meetings, our weekly meetings, we learn many leadership skills, leadership traits that are essential, that are cardinal for a leader to possess. These include confidence, communication skills, active listening, planning, developing and building knowledge, empathy, agility, thinking on one's feet, compassion, appreciation, and recognition. And finally, we learn one most important skill, and that is of being a risk taker. How do we learn how to be risk takers? We do that by using Toastmasters as a laboratory of learning. Toastmasters is the place where we can come, practice. We may fail, but we're supported, and we can continue to grow. In the words of Robert Frost, two roads diverged in a wood, and I took the one less traveled by, and that has made all the difference. Toastmasters is truly where leaders are made. Mr. President.
Thank you, Toastmasters today. We had a great meeting. Apologies, my sincere apologies to everyone for keeping you late. Generally, this doesn't happen in our club, but yes, there are special days, and this day was special. Uh, First of all, let's have the ballots for the best role player today. We polls are on your screen right now. Kindly quickly vote. We had Toastmaster of the Day, DTM Deepak Menon, Table Topics Master, Toastmaster Saurabh Bindal, and the General Evaluator, Toastmaster Digant Mittal. All right, closing the polls in 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. All right, before I continue with anything, I would request all the guests to please stay till the end for the guest briefing. And yes, it's been a month for the EC now, and we would like to hear from each one of you on the areas that we could improve or on the new things that we should do. Please don't just talk about offline meetings. We have a different survey for that. I launched that as well. This is only a feedback for what the club is doing right or what the club is not doing right, or the more things you want us to do. So I'll be releasing the form in the WhatsApp group. All right, and also we've heard feedback that we should have more initiatives like group discussions or interviews. So we've decided that we are going to have a group discussion session in the next meeting for all the modalities and everything. I'll be putting out the details in the WhatsApp group. So please stay on the lookout for such messages. All right, it's time for the awards. First up, we had the ballots for best speaker. We had Toastmaster Claret Barreto, Toastmaster Akshat Goel, Toastmaster Karthik Bhatia. Anyone would like to take a guess? Quickly. This is your time to get the energy out. You're going to fill yourself up.
Toastmaster Karthik Bhatia.
Well, thank you so much. Yes, it was me. Congratulations to me. All right, next up we have ballots for the best auxiliary role player. We had timer Toastmaster Kashish Jain, language evaluator Toastmaster Akriti Jain, counter Toastmaster Simran Dua, parliamentarian Toastmaster Pooja Karmanda, and the listener Toastmaster Meher Kaur. And the joke master being Toastmaster Akash Tyagi. Who won? Who won? Any guesses? All right. It goes to someone who made us use a specific word a lot of times today. It is the language evaluator, Toastmaster Akriti Jain. Congratulations, Akriti. All right, next up we had table topics. The best table topic speaker, we had Toastmaster Kashish Jain, guest Prasad Rakesh, guest Ruth Pratap Singh, and guest Sayantan Das. Who spoke the best in table topics?
Sayantan Das.
Yes, it is indeed Sayantan Das. Congratulations, Sayantan. Okay, then we have the ballots for best evaluators. It was a very close contest. We had Toastmaster Gursifat Kaur Chavda, Toastmaster Rishabh Kumar Anand, Toastmaster Gajendra Khare, and Toastmaster Suryam Jyotirmay.
Toastmaster Rishabh Anand.
All right, any more guesses? Anyone?
Gursifat.
Yes, it is Toastmaster Gursifat. Congratulations, Toastmaster Gursifat. All right, the grand prize, we had Toastmaster of the Day, TTM Deepak Menon, then Table Topics Master, Toastmaster Saurabh Bindal, and the General Evaluator, Toastmaster Digant Mittal. Who performed the role the best and who impressed you the most? Guesses.
Deepak Menon.
Yes, it
TMOD,
is.
TMOD.
It is a Toastmaster DTM Deepak Man. Congratulations, sir. All right. Before we say goodbye to you and you fill up your tummies, let's have a group picture. Please turn on your cameras, everybody. Digant, Kavita, Shivam, Prableen, Geet, Prisha, Vinay Kumar, please turn on the cameras. All right, please make a victory sign then. Yes. All right. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you, everyone. I request the guests to stay for the briefing. We'll be moving you to a breakout room. For everyone who stayed till late, thank you so much and my sincere apologies. Looking forward to a great meeting next time. Thank you and bye-bye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Bye bye. Good night, everyone.
Hi.
The Toastmaster VP Education can stay.
Karthik,
Yes, yes.
uh, uh, I'm just drafting a very, very urgent and important mail. Just in one, as soon as I get over with that, I would be discussing certain things with you and Akshat.
All right, we can connect separately. I would say Toastmaster Digant. For now, I will just brief the guest for some time, since only me and you are needed.
All right. Otherwise, what? Let me do one thing. Let me brief Akshat on phone about all the other recommendations that I had. I really had to prioritize on my report.
Mhm.
I really had to prioritize like anything on the report.
Sure, Toastmaster Digant. We'll take care of that. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. All right. I am hoping we have all the guests up here. Yes. Please turn on videos. We are very few in numbers. Our communication is going to be much more effective. Okay. I take it that your camera is not working or either people are not listening. Okay. All right. Is there any non-Toastmaster here among us? Yes, Avi. Avi, you are a non-Toastmaster. Is there anyone else?
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. All right.
Hi, I'm a guest as well.
All right. Yes. So there's Keith, there's Avi, there's Pableen, and there's Prisha. All right. Okay. So guys, I think you've seen the meeting today. Before me saying too much as to how effective it is and trying to sell you things, tell me from your perspective what you felt about the meeting and if it is useful for you, if it falls into your goals or what you want to do. All right. This is something different than the normal public speaking. We get a lot of calls for normal public speaking where you have a set of trainer or a teacher that teach you. So this is a volunteer driven organization where you see people taking up roles, people doing roles, and people really owning their own development. All right. So Avi, if you would like to make a comment, if you find it well or if you find it worthwhile your time, or how is it? Yes.
Yeah, so I definitely feel that it can be of lot of help because even like the way the one word we use like in every meeting that to improve your vocabulary. So and also like speaking in front of people you've never met before, I think that will help me personally boost my confidence because I've been little nervous before when I've given presentations. So I feel that by practicing this more, I can improve on it. Yeah.
Yes,
Thank
yes, that's what Toastmaster is actually all about. You get to meet people across the board. Generally, if you give presentations in office, you have a set of people whom you would talk to. Here, you have 18 years students to really 40, 45-year-old entrepreneurs. And
you.
how do you make your point across and the kind of networks that you develop? It's much different than anywhere you find. Yes, all right. Any other guest would like to make a comment? Prisha, Geet, Prableen, Shivam.
Hi. So I would like to add here. I think it's an interesting forum. I've heard a lot about it, and it's the first time I ever ended up attending a meeting. And I think not just speaking. I think it gives. I mean, personally speaking, I do a lot of talking in my role. At the same time, I just felt that the kind of topics that were chosen, like for example leadership today, and different aspects around leadership, is something that I think that was personally beneficial to me to my biggest takeaway was to listen. So I think I personally learned a lot. I mean, I usually don't stick on to long calls. At the same time, I definitely felt I mean, the forum is great. I mean, we all come from different backgrounds and different thought processes. It definitely gives us an edge to kind of really know, in a world where we are actually sitting in our homes, to actually get that view about what's happening and how people are thinking, and of course making use of technology. So I think a good takeaway for me there.
Yes, yes. So I think for the people who really, if you already have speaking as a part of their professions or their current roles, one aspect that I at least found was the education part of it. It's not always about just speaking. So there are many people who tend to be good speakers, but there is an aspect of research that's to it. There's an aspect of decorum that you need to maintain in Toastmasters. So that's one aspect I would say, Geet, that you could explore with time if you choose to be a Toastmaster. And yes, the advantages of our club are different. You've already seen we have a lot of heavyweights attached to our club, and we get a very diverse audience. So automatically that just adds to the quality. Yes, is there anyone? I see Shivam making a comment. It was well coordinated, but Shivam, if you have any doubts, yes, your appreciations are good. It will help us sleep well tonight. But please let us know if there are any concerns. We would like to address them first.
Are you guys still having offline meetings?
So, Rudra, the thing is, from March, we are planning to. Right now, the numbers don't add up that we can afford to have, we can afford to start the offline meetings. But the plan is to have two offline and two online. And then again, as the numbers grow, we may just automatically move to offline altogether. But yes, plans are in place at least till February and mid of March. I would say no, it won't happen. But then yes, we'll have to see how people are placed and what do they want. Yes, Shivam, I saw your message. Please drop me your number here in the chat box. I'll get in touch with you, or the vice president membership will get in touch with you. All
I
right.
have a
Yes.
quick question
Yes, please. Yes.
here. I wanted to ask you, like, what's the process like if you want to take it over a call here? Because I'm fairly new. I don't know what it all entails in terms of how the membership is, and
Yeah.
what are your plans, and if you can just quickly
I'll tell
brief
you.
me.
So, if you're not a Toastmasters, then you have to pay a one-time fee to become a Toastmaster, and that is not something that goes to the club. It goes to the international organization that provides you with all the resources and the education material to carry forward your journey. So, once you've paid this amount for your lifetime, you won't have to ever pay this amount. It is 2,000 rupees. So even if you decide to not be an active member of Toastmasters, you won't have to ever pay this again. And let's just say you move to another city or to another country altogether, then again you won't have to pay 2,000 rupees to Toastmasters again. So that's one-time fees. Then there are club charges. So why we have club charges? One is that again we go give something to Toastmaster International for again all the resources that they provide, and we also need to pay rent for our facilities, because before we had online meetings, we had physical meetings where we all of us would congregate on Tuesdays at 7 p.m. and we would have all these meetings offline. So we had to pay rent for that, and we had to do certain kind of events. We had to give out few awards. So for that, we had to get the money. So till we are online, we are keeping it 800 per month, which is February and March. And from April onwards, there'll be a very slight increase, probably a 50 rupees or 100 rupees per month. Now, talking about the term, how this works, This is same across the world. Uh, your term will start from April and it goes for 6 months, I think, till September. Yes. So if you decide to become a Toastmaster in April, then you'll have to pay for the full 6 months. And if you decide to become a Toastmaster today, you'll have to pay for February and March. And in mid of March, you'll get time to take a decision if you want to continue with our club or not. Then you can pay up for the next 6 months. And this 6 month cycle applies to everyone, every Toastmaster across the globe. All right,
Got
did that
it.
answer your question, or you wanted to know anything else?
Yeah. That totally does. Thank you. Yeah.
All right. Okay. Yes. Rudra, you had a question?
Yeah, so I'm actually a part of college Toastmasters club. So since it's a college and the colleges are not opened yet, uh, and of course we are having online classes. So we are not optimistic that college will open this whole semester. So I think, is it possible to attend the meetings of other clubs if they're offline? Since my club is having only online meetings, or it's possible to have the meetings of a college club at some other venue outside of our college?
All right. So Rudra, where are you placed right now? Are you in Delhi or?
I'm in Delhi. I'm in East Delhi.
All right, you're in East Delhi. So if it'll be fine with you to commute to Connaught Place, our venue is going to be YMCA in Patel Chowk near Connaught Place.
Yeah. It's fine.
So
Totally
yes,
fine.
and if you want me, what I'll do is I'll mark you for a follow up. We're going to take a decision in the next 10 days. All right, and yes, I'll let you know as to how things go about. Yeah. All right, probably. Do you have any questions?
Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Hi, Karthik. So I don't have any questions, so I'm from a Chandigarh Toastmasters Club, currently serving as secretary, and this was the first time that I attended Central Delhi Toastmasters meeting, and I must say that it was a fruitful one because I had a great time, and I'm so glad that I had the opportunity to witness these speeches, especially yours, and I personally liked it very much, and thank you for this meeting because I really enjoyed it. And that's all from my side. I gotta go somewhere right now, so hope to join one of your upcoming meetings soon.
Sure. We look forward to having you in our meetings. Thank you, Prableen.
Thank you so much. Bye
Thank
bye.
you. Yes. Is there anyone who's not spoken? Guest Prisha?
Okay, all right. So even I don't have any doubts. I would just like to say some things. So there are particularly two things that I liked about today's meeting. So first was the fact that we had a diverse set of people from all walks and professions of life. So that is something that I really liked. And secondly, the fact that there were a set of people who were actually actively listening to every word that you were saying and evaluating that, including your body language and everything. So that is also something that I really appreciated, and I hope to join the coming up meetings of Toastmasters and would like to become a part of Toastmasters.
Great. Thank you so much. We'll get in touch with you, Prisha. Then, yes, you'll get opportunities. One thing I would say right now is that if you join now, right now, our club, if I were to be honest, is a club of stalwarts. I know you've seen Toastmaster Deepak Menon being a member of Central Delhi Toastmasters and going on to be the international president and we have a lot of members like that. But the advantage right now is, to be very honest, is not having those members. Why so? Every single member gets an opportunity right now, and you get a lot of opportunity to take up in every single meeting. Because since our club is again popular, yes, we have a lot of people that help you out, and they are there to guide you in every single meeting, and you get very fruitful feedback which you can work on. But if you have too many members as well, it also becomes a problem, right?
Yeah,
And
you don't get a speech slot. You
yes,
don't get a
and
speech slot.
that's something, Prisha, I would say we wouldn't want anyone to get into that situation. So right now, it's the ideal time. If you join, then you get chances the next week you join. And within 3 weeks, we are pressing every single new Toastmaster to deliver a speech. Right? So don't delay it too much for two reasons. It is the start of February. All right. If you pay us the next week, amount is going to be monthly, it will be counted in full. And if you join today, then in the next meeting itself, you'll get the role. All right. So
All right, all right.
we will get in touch with you, Prisha, for that. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. We haven't heard from Rakesh yet. Rakesh, are you still there? All right. I think we bored Rakesh enough. All right. If there's anyone would like to say any comment, anything.
By the way, what job do you do?
So I'm working as a consultant for Government of India. First, I was working for a private company, Deloitte Consulting US. Then I gave up this job so to work for government. Yeah.
Okay, okay. So, wow. So you are in a profession that really requires that really benefits from your skills improved through Toastmasters.
In a larger sense, yes. In a larger sense, yes. But the problem right now is that I have to deal with people very high up in the class, very high up in the class. So the dealings are very less. I mean, I have to bow down in front of them and then say a lot of sir and everything. So yes, it definitely adds. It definitely adds. So yes, things are aligned.
Great.
All right. So we will get in touch.
Can I speak a few words?
Yes, yes,
See,
Rakesh. We wanted
somehow
to
I
hear from
got messed up with my oily hands, so I was not able to switch on the speaker. That was the reason.
you. Okay, okay. No worries.
It was
Yes.
so nice to be a part of your club. I'm from Jago Toastmaster Club, which is in the foothills of Bhutan. And I've heard about Delhi Central Toastmaster Club from one of the Delhi club only. I have been attending most of the clubs just to have an exposure what kind of meetings are held in other clubs. So I found one of the best part of your club was that the meeting was very well organized and there was detailing of each evaluation, like from grammarian to the auxiliary role player, the speakers, the table topics, everything. So I, for every moment I joined from the table topic session. I didn't had opportunity to hear the speakers, but I think surely they must have done a wonderful job. So I'll be looking forward to join your meeting.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Please,
And
please keep
you
attending our meetings. We would love to hear feedback from you.
I would like to ask one thing. What is the difference between a, a community club and let's say a college or a corporate club? Because I've seen there are three types of Toastmasters clubs in the world. There's a college club, for example, my club. Then there's a corporate club, TCS clubs, and there are community clubs such as East Delhi, Central Delhi Toastmasters and New Delhi Toastmasters. So can you tell the difference?
So the difference is that in corporate clubs, a lot of things are more or less free. So the company is aware that there is a club like Toastmasters, and the company adopts members being part of the Toastmasters as their policy. So you don't have to pay for venues, you don't have to pay for anything, and they take it as part of their growth. And many people don't really value those kind of Toastmasters as well that we've seen because they see it as an obligation. Sometimes the HR tries to push the attendance in Toastmasters, but people are not really willing to attend that. So, and college again, I think I have not really attended many of the college meetings. I'm not too sure of the dynamics of how the rent and venue and other facilities work. I can't comment much on that.
Well, if you pass out, then you have to leave
Karthik,
the
I would like
club.
to add something here. I
Yes.
have attended a college meet, so it's more of same with the normal club we have. So it is a 2 hour meeting, and the I think the college students are only allowed to participate in those meetings. And in the corporate clubs, the timing of the meeting is only for 1 hour. So it's a really almost half.
Yes, yes, very
Yeah,
strict. Yeah, and
that is the
community
main
club,
difference.
it's much better. I
Yeah.
mean, their roles are much more different. You have to organize a lot of things. You have to do a lot of things. And Ruth, if you are interested in taking up roles, we are ready to give it to you, even if not directly. If you join us, you can use your time here in our club as being a member of the executive committee.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Okay. So that's it from my end. Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for staying in this late and giving your feedback. We would get in touch with you. All right. Okay. Thank you, guys. Bye bye. अब ये दिगान बात करेगा शायद है ना वो बकवास करे, आपको सुनना नहीं सुनना भगा
I
देना।
am in no mood actually right now.
हाँ, उसको भगा देना, नहीं तो मतलब
नहीं
उसको
अभी
जबरदस्त,
कॉल मैं तो कॉल करूंगा नहीं, उसका आएगा। आई वोंट पिक अप यार, इस टाइम कौन करेगा।
वो फालतू है। आई थिंक बस एक इशू है, गुरसिफत जो है उंगली कर रही थी बैठ के कि भाई ये तुमने पॉइंट गलत है, तुम्हारे स्कोरिंग गलत है, कोई और डिजर्विंग है, ये है।
क्या
तो बोल के जरा चुप करा दिया अभी। वो पता नहीं वो क्या बोले जा रही थी कि भाई तुमने कैलकुलेशन ढंग से नहीं करी है वो।
मंथली अवार्ड्स
हाँ हाँ हाँ। तो
यार?
मेरा तो अलग फंडा इन चीजों को लेके, मैं ये समझ में नहीं पड़ता, मोटिवेट
भाई तो
करना चाहिए उस आदमी को।
उसका अब क्या रोल है? ठीक है अब
ठीक है, मतलब कोई अगर तुम्हारे साथ पूछे, वो तुम्हारे से उंगली करेगी तो बस बोल देना कि मैंने तो ये कर दिया है, और कार्तिक से बोल दो, कार्तिक को दे
हाँ
दिया।
हाँ, अरे नहीं वो भी क्यों बोलना यार, मतलब हमने अपनी साइड से ऑथेंटिकली करा है, हमें कोई वी आर नॉट आंसरेबल टू हर इसमें कि गलत है या
हाँ,
सही
वही
है।
वही वही मैंने भी उसको यही बोला, आई हैव फेथ इन द वाइस प्रेसिडेंट्स एंड दे आर
हम्म,
डूइंग अ गुड जॉब, बस करके।
ठीक है
अच्छा, तो
मैं
नेक्स्ट वीक के लिए भाई आई वांटेड टू टेल कि टेबल टॉपिक्स हटा देना, और एक जीडी
अच्छा,
रख लेते हैं।
आई वाज थिंकिंग कि ग्रुप डिस्कशन है ना, तो एक दो पोस्टर्स कुछ एक्साइटिंग कुछ डालते हैं थोड़ा पीआर में। जैसे
बिल्कुल
आज
बिल्कुल।
काफी अच्छी स्ट्रेंथ थी, तो सब गेस्ट के नंबर हैं अभी जिन्होंने ज्वाइन करा आज।
यार अब जो दिव्या के थ्रू आए हैं उसका तो बिल्कुल अता पता नहीं है, बिकॉज
अभी
दिव्या के सिवा।
चैट में आई हैव प्रिशास, अवीज एंड आई हैव नोटेड देम डाउन। रुद्र, 4 नंबर है, शिवम, 4 कांटेक्ट है इसमें चैट
हाँ,
में।
गीत गीत का है ना?
गीत का चैट में तो नहीं, मैंने गीत का
यार
पूछा था।
गीत की जरूरत है, प्रेशा का मेरे पास है, शिवम का तुमने ले लिया है, अभी का
हाँ,
है तुम्हारे पास।
अभी का है, हाँ। रुद्र का भी है।
ठीक है, रुद्र तो अभी कहाँ, वो ज्वाइन क्या करेगा, उसको तो छोड़ो, दूसरे क्लब।
गीत का शी डिडंट सेंड, आई आस्क्ड हर, शी लेफ्ट।
चलो कोई नहीं, गीत का मैं
शी
देख
वाज
लूंगा
इंटरेस्टेड
अगर।
वैसे।
हाँ, वही इंटरेस्टेड है लोग,
हाँ,
तो
फॉलो
ठीक
अप
है।
लेना या दिव्या इज डूइंग? अगर
क्या?
लेना तो बता, फॉलो अप करना है या दिव्या इज डूइंग?
भाई दिव्या हैज रिजाइंड।
दिव्या इज रिसाइंड ऑफिशियली?
हाँ हाँ हाँ, दिव्या का काम खत्म हो गया। दिव्या तो कुछ नहीं कर रही, एंड शी डिडंट हैव गट्स टू टेल मी। वो कुर्सीवत को जाके पीछे से चुपके से पता नहीं क्या बोल के आई है कि मेरे से
अरे
नहीं हो रहा, मेरे से नहीं करना है, ये वो क्या
अरे
फालतू का।
ठीक है, चलो करना था तो बोल देती ना, बल्कि ठीक था कि एकदम सामने बोल देती, एक बार खत्म हो जाता।
अरे बहुत टाइम वेस्ट करवाया उसने यार, उसको मैंने इतनी
यार
हेल्प करके दिया कि ये बंदा इससे बात कर, ये बंदा इससे बात कर, एक से बात करने को तैयार नहीं।
चलो फॉलो अप करना बता
ठीक
देना,
है,
आई एम
तो
फ्री
मैं
अभी या
करूंगा, अभी
फिर।
गुरसिफत को बोला हुआ है, वो करेगी थोड़ों के लिए। फॉलो अप
ठीक
तो मैं
ठीक।
ही कर लूंगा, कोई टेंशन नहीं, फॉलो अप
नहीं
तो आई
नहीं,
विल
बता
डू।
दो, मेरे पास है टाइम, अभी कर लूंगा मैं।
नहीं नहीं यार, अगर देख अभी करोगे तो अभी तो थोड़ा इनका वो होगा माइंड।
अभी तो
अगर
नहीं, कल ही करूंगा ऑब्वियसली।
कल कर लेना, तो तुम एक काम करो, तुम अभी से
हाँ
करो।
ठीक है,
और कौन बचा?
एक मिनट में जस्ट अभी
अभी
है।
से कर लो, और शिवम,
हाँ,
या अभी और गीत से कर लो, किससे मर्जी से मन करे, कोई
गीत
भी
का
दो में।
नहीं है ना फिर नंबर?
है?
गीत का
गीत का
नहीं
है
है?
मेरे पास, गीत का मुझे मिल गया, मिल गया।
चलो भेज देना फिर।
ठीक है, तो तुम किस किस से कर रहे हो?
अभी शिवम एंड गीत, गीत का बस भेज देना मेरे को।
ठीक है, प्रेशा से मैं कर लूंगा फॉलो अप।
ठीक है
ठीक
ठीक
है,
है।
और तब तक के लिए 12 तारीख से प्लान है कि टोस्ट मास्टर आयुष को बनाना है वीपीएम। ठीक है, वो
ठीक
मतलब री इलेक्शन तो नहीं होंगे, बट वो अगेन रहेगा तो वही।
ठीक है।
तो और
इंटरेस्टेड है वैसे वो?
हाँ, इंटरेस्टेड है वो, उसने बोला गुरसफर से बात की है, और मुझे भी कह रहा था मैं कुछ कर लूंगा।
अरे यार ये आयुष ना, वही गुरसिफत का वो दिक्कत हो जाएगी।
अब क्या करें यार, कोई बंदा भी नहीं है ना, दूसरा भानु है,
यार
भानु लग
पता
रहा
है,
है वो भी क्लब छोड़ेगा।
ऑनेस्टली ऑनेस्टली स्पीकिंग, मतलब वो गुरसिफत की यार वो इन्फ्लुएंस कर देती है। एंड वो मैंने पहले ही देख लिया, जब मैंने इसको करणवीर मेंटर अलॉट किया ना, ये इसका मेरे पास कॉल आया कि मेरे को करणवीर कर दिया। मैंने कहा मैंने तुमसे पहले पूछा था, तब तो कुछ बताया नहीं। तो फिर वो कहता मेरे को गुरसिफा चाहिए, तो मैंने कहा मैंने करणवीर को बोल दिया, ऐसे अच्छा नहीं लगता, ही इज एक्सपीरियंस टोस्ट मास्टर, तो वो भी करके देखो। फिर पता नहीं एकदम दोबारा कॉल आया बीच में उसका।
हाँ,
फिर
वो मुझे भी उंगली करने लग गया था जबरदस्ती की
हाँ,
ये
फिर आए
होगा
तो फिर
होगा।
मैं मुझे समझ आया, उसने गुरसिफत से बीच में बात करी होगी, उसने बोला होगा कि अभी कर लो, बट मैं तुम्हें गाइड कर दूंगी। मेरे को यही लग रहा है, क्योंकि अभी बिहेवियर उसके।
ठीक है, क्या करें यार, चलो ठीक है, अब इसको छोड़ो, अब आयुष से अपना
अरे पता
काम
है क्या,
निकाल लें।
वो इसी की बातें बाहर ना भेजे ना, ये दिक्कत है।
नहीं, ईसी में तो उसको रखने का लिमिटेड होगा, वो तो जब तक इलेक्शन नहीं होगा उसको नहीं रख सकते। और ईसी
अच्छा।
का हिस्सा तो फिर गुरसिफत भी है ही ना, मीटिंग में तो गुरसिफत भी आएगी।
चलो ठीक है, हाँ
उसका तो
वो
कुछ
तो
नहीं
है
कर
ही।
सकते, तो आयुष को 12 तारीख से बनेगा वो।
ठीक है
और उसके पहले भी गुरसिफत का नंबर डाल दिया है, तो ये काम फॉलो अप कर लेंगे।
ठीक है चलो।
अब तुम बस नेक्स्ट वीक की बात करनी है जीडी की, अब जीडी का सोच के बताओ क्या करना है, मुझे लग रहा है कि इसको 15 मिनट का किया जाए, और स्पीकर 2 रखे जाए। क्या बोलो,
तो
क्या क्या? हाँ, या फिर 3 स्पीकर, टेबल टॉपिक हटा दो।
नहीं स्पीकर तो दो अभी आई थिंक दो तो आई थिंक उसमें आया हुआ है स्पीकर्स का।
हाँ, एक आकृति है और एक और है कोई।
शायद मैं भी शायद दूं दोबारा अभी।
तो फिर से स्पीच क्या लेवल 2 करना है क्या?
हाँ करना है, लेवल 2 सीरियसली करना
अरे
है।
सही है, बढ़िया है।
नहीं वैसे मैं दे दूंगा, किसी और क्लब में दे दूंगा, वो इशू नहीं है।
ठीक
चलो
है,
मैं
उसकी तो कोई
बताता हूँ।
टेंशन नहीं है।
अरे
तो
नहीं कुछ अगर देखो 2 स्पीकर करने कर लो, जीडी फिर 15 मिनट कर सकते हैं।
तो जीडी
बट
15
15
मिनट
मिनट
करके
ज्यादा ना हो जाए, बिकॉज मैंने अभी रिसेंटली कंपनीज के अटेंड करे हैं, 15 मिनट में दिमाग भी खराब हो जाता है।
अच्छा, तो कितने कितने वो रखे, मतलब कितने स्पीकर रखे, 4 या
वो
5 रखे?
ऐसे करते हैं आई थिंक 10 to 12 भी रखते हैं, जो भी टेबल टॉपिक का है 10 to 12 करके 4 स्पीकर इज इनफ, या 4 या 5 तो मैक्स।
ठीक है, तो 4 स्पीकर रखेंगे और दो
या
दो मिनट पहले सबको देंगे, 1 to 2 मिनट अपना अपने बारी में बोल लो। फिर
हाँ
उसके बाद जो बचा हुआ टाइम है वो मॉडरेटर का जैसे मन करेगा,
हाँ वो
न्यूज एंकर की
मॉडरेटर।
तरह वो चलेगा। तो फिर
ठीक है
12 मिनट्स कर दें।
10 to 12 ना।
ठीक है, 10 to 12 मिनट्स
12
कर
to
देते हैं।
12 एंड 5 स्पीकर्स।
नहीं 5 नहीं, 4 ही करेंगे ना फिर,
4
क्योंकि
ठीक है, 4
एक
ठीक है।
कंक्लूजन के लिए भी तो चाहिए ना
तो
हमारे को।
गेस्ट को देना है नहीं इसमें फिर?
नहीं गेस्ट नहीं, हम इसके लिए तो प्री बुकिंग करके रखेंगे।
अच्छा बुकिंग
कोई
करनी
4
है
एक्सपीरियंस टोस्ट मास्टर ही रखने हैं इसमें।
फिर। अच्छा चलो ठीक है।
नंबर कम पड़ेगा क्या, क्या बोल रहे हो?
4 देखो, जो नॉर्मली मैं जीडीएस अटेंड करता हूँ तो उसमें जब देखो 10 लोग होते हैं, उसमें से 2 या 3 नहीं बोलते, तो 6-7 में एक अच्छा लगता है, हाँ जीडी हो रहा है अगर मॉडरेटर अच्छा हो।
तो इसको पैनल डिस्कशन मान लो, या तो तुम जीडी की वजह जो मर्जी।
हाँ फिर ठीक है, 4 ठीक है फिर, अगर
मतलब
एक्सपीरियंस
मैं
पहले
इसको
प्री
एक
बुकिंग
न्यूज
है।
की तरह रखना चाहता हूँ, जैसे न्यूज एंकर करता है, तो बस
हाँ हाँ
वैसे ही।
हाँ गॉट इट ठीक है, 4 ठीक है दिन।
ठीक है, तो फिर 4 स्पीकर ढूंढने का काम मैं करता हूँ और देखते हैं कौन कौन मिल रहा है। जो तुम्हारे दिमाग में है उसका निकाल, वो
ठीक
बता
है
दो।
4 यार, पहले मेंबर्स कम है, 4
मैं
ढूंढ।
मॉडरेटर बन जाऊंगा तो उसकी कोई टेंशन नहीं, वो कर लेंगे। ठीक है। और
चलो ऐसे
स्पीकर
करते
मैं कह रहा हूँ,
हैं।
नहीं तो 2 कर लो, बस कोई टेंशन नहीं।
क्या?
स्पीकर 2 कर लो और टेबल टॉपिक रख लेना, दो दो 3 स्पीचेस का।
अच्छा हाँ ये कर सकते हैं। हम्म,
तो चलो एक काम करो, फिर कल तक का वेट कर लो, कल एक
चलो
प्रपोज्ड वो
थोड़ा
बना
सा
लो।
ब्रेनस्टॉर्म करता हूँ मैं भी,
हाँ
थोड़ा
हाँ, एक
टाइमिंग का ना से।
प्रपोज्ड
हाँ
बना लो कि ये
ठीक है।
टेंटेटिव लग रहा है, ये बंदा ये कर
और
सकता
यार
है।
आज टाइमिंग्स का बहुत ही ज्यादा वो हो गया, स्टार्टिंग में स्पीच का 7:40 था, 7:55 पे स्टार्ट हुई है पहली स्पीच।
बहुत
15
लेट हो
मिनट
गया,
सीधा वही।
इंट्रोडक्शन में भी टीएमओडी सब
नहीं
में लेट हुआ।
गेस्ट का ना वही करना पड़ेगा आगे से, कि गेस्ट को बस बोल दो कि मतलब 3 या 4 की लो इंट्रोडक्शन, उसके बाद बोल दो ब्रीफिंग के लिए रोको।
वही करना पड़ेगा, मैंने पहली मीटिंग में यही किया था, इफ यू रिमेम्बर। मैंने
हम्म।
यही किया था, फिर एक गुरसेबाज मेरे ऊपर चढ़ गई थी कह के कि नहीं, दिस इज वेरी बैड ऑन गेस्ट, वी शुडंट डू
यार
इट।
बट फिर
तो
टाइमिंग भी तो देखनी है ना। अभी
अब वही
दिगंत
वही
जैसे इतने
करना।
खुले उसमें बोल देते हैं पूरा सब कुछ ही, थोड़ा नाइस उसमें भी बोल
ठीक
सकता
है,
था
मैं
कि।
यही करूंगा। आई थिंक अब ये टेस्ट कम अक्रॉस अ पॉइंट, अब ये करता
हम्म।
हूँ।
अच्छा
ठीक
एक
है।
चीज और मैं सोच रहा था, मैंने एक और क्लब की मीटिंग अटेंड करी थी, उसमें दे डिड वन गुड थिंग कि गेस्ट के लिए ना एक उन्होंने टाइटल डिसाइड करा हुआ था, जैसे फ्यूचर टोस्ट मास्टर, वो पोटेंशियल टोस्ट मास्टर पीटीएम। तो गेस्ट को हम रिक्वेस्ट कर सकते हैं, इजी हो जाएगा थोड़ा, जैसे टेबल टॉपिक मास्टर के लिए भी इजी होता है सेलेक्ट करना, कि
ठीक
उनको
है,
पहले
इसके लिए लेकिन टेक मास्टर को काम करना पड़ेगा ना रीनेम करने में उनको।
तो उनको ही रिक्वेस्ट कर देंगे ना, रीनेम कर लें।
अच्छा ठीक है, तो जब
ठीक है
उनकी
फिर।
इंट्रोडक्शन लेंगे उनको
नहीं नहीं
तभी बोल
उसे
देंगे कि
जैसे
सर।
जब तुम वो दे रहे होगे ना, क्या कहते हैं, थोड़ा सा वो स्टार्टिंग में एड्रेस, तो
हाँ
तभी बस गेस्ट के वो करने से पहले आई रिक्वेस्ट यू ऑल टू, मतलब सबको अपना टाइटल वो कर लो, पीटीएम या कुछ,
ठीक
वो देख लेंगे
ठीक
क्या रखना है।
ठीक है, चलो ये कर लेते हैं।
हाँ
ठीक है, आई थिंक ऑल सेट है, बस एजेंडा पर थोड़ा वो एक काम करो, मैं
एजेंडा का, बिकॉज टाइमिंग तो बहुत अब एकोमोडेट करके करा था, इस एकोमोडेट सिर्फ हमें अब एग्जीक्यूशन में करना पड़ेगा आई गेस।
ठीक है, मैं
हाँ
अगले वीक के लिए बोल रहा हूँ। अगले वीक के लिए एजेंडा पे जो पुश डालना है वो 2 दिन लग के कर लो, वेडनेसडे या थर्सडे।
ठीक
ठीक
है
है। फ्राइडे को फिर वील सी की क्या फिट बैठना है, बिकॉज जनरली
ठीक
अगर
है।
हम फ्राइडे को पुश डालना स्टार्ट करते हैं तो संडे तक खींच ही जाता
नहीं
है वो।
मैं ब्रेन स्टॉर्मिंग पहले अभी ये करता हूँ कि अगर तो जीडी और वो दोनों रखने हैं तो कैसे
हम्म,
टाइमिंग बैठेगी, या सिर्फ जीडी रखना तो कैसे बैठेगी, और कितने स्पीकर्स, फिर डिस्कशन कर
ठीक
लेंगे, फिर फाइनल करेंगे क्या स्पीकर्स वगैरह का। ठीक है।
ठीक
अच्छा
है।
टीएमओडी कौन है, दिव्या है क्या?
अगला टीएमओडी दिव्या ने बोला था वो लेगी, बट उससे एक बार पूछ लो पहले।
भाई उससे कल ही पूछ लूंगा, मैं इसके भरोसे नहीं रह सकते।
हाँ, उससे पूछ लो पहले।
अदरवाइज फिर आई डू, कि मुझे वैसे 16 को करना था, अगर वो नहीं करेगी तो मैं कर लूंगा।
ठीक है। चलो
चलो
ठीक है, आई
ठीक
थिंक
है,
वी आर ऑल
बाकी
सेट, तो फिर
सॉर्टेड, हाँ ठीक है।
देखते हैं। ठीक है।
चलो
ऑल चलो, थैंक यू
ओके
भाई।
ओके, गुड नाइट, ओके बाय बाय।